Test, test. Can you guys hear us again? Well, considering Pixeled Lady Luna is now following, I assume yes. All right, cool. Let's switch back overlays and get the boys' voices again. Here we go. Yeah, sorry about that. I literally I was pouring water from one cup to the other, and then all of a sudden I see like all these warnings going. I'm like, did I pour water on something? It went from one cup to the other cup. But it was just some said API encoder, blah 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 blah. I don't know. Just Twitch being Twitch. Sorry about that. What was the last thing said?
Better than expected.
Yeah,
Went better than expected, said Mikhail, and then continue, sir.
Koa raises an eyebrow.
I won him over by playing music. I was just standing outside because he didn't let me in right away. You know,
Curve
I
Rock,
was
yes?
sick. Curve Rock, yes.
He knows what music is.
He knows what music is.
All right. Well, damn! If that's all it took, we should have tried that earlier.
Yeah, I'm starting to learn that. Maybe I should just stick to and start opening with music. See how people take that. But yeah, I was toying around with some of the mole chords that I know while I was just out there thinking, and I guess he heard it and he was impressed. So I got a chance to talk to him, showed him the cipher, and we have a couple of options. We really only have one option, because the first thing he offered was for us to stay in town and for me to help him decipher the entire collection, and he would sponsor a seat on the council for me.
You could get that bridge fixed very easily with that. That's a great idea.
Koa, I would rather
That's what I said.
than be on that council. I do not want to do that. I do not want to have the responsibility to stay in Leshev and meet with a bunch of old people constantly. Just have a bridge fixed.
Well, yes. This is why you find someone to delegate responsibility to, who acts as your place on the council while you're away.
I'm not doing that. I don't want to be on the council.
That's not a bad idea, though, Mikhail. If there is something in their legal system that allows for proxy votes and things like that, absentee,
I
it's
don't
not
want
a
to be
bad
on the
idea.
Council of Leshev. Why do you want me to be on the Council of Leshev?
Oh, it's a position of power, Mikhail. Power that we've never had before, and a chance to make some change, some real change. We
Sure,
have
you
influence
guys
among
think
the
I want to
council.
live here forever?
It'll look like the giant estate that we own that we just furnished. No, I thought we spent all that money on furniture so that we could burn it all down.
No, I mean, it's a place to stay. I didn't
this old
move
thing.
to a deer. You know that. Like, I didn't come here with the objective of spending my life here. This isn't my home.
Do you know what we just experienced merely a few days ago?
Yes, it doesn't endear this place to me.
What happened to all of this curse talk? We must break the curse. We gotta talk to the Elder. We must decipher all these books. So what, your plan is to break a 700-year-old curse, decipher 30 encyclopedias of knowledge, and then go back to wherever it is that your school is and take your algebra test and say, oh, good, I graduated. I guess I'm going to go play songs here at the local tavern. Meanwhile, you're known as one of the heroes of Leshev, a town that you could have been a councilman in a nation that we are working at liberating on a scale unbefore known, about an empire that fell 700 years ago, of which we speak to a man who died at that time, who is somehow getting stronger and can do more magic than any of us have ever seen at a fraction of his former power. What exactly are you going back to do when you're done here?
I didn't plan that far ahead, but I don't know.
This was supposed to be a table, Mikhail. Do you see what I'm working on is building a damn table, because my strength lies in my physique and my ability to swing sharp and blunt objects.
You said table? That's a pretty nice table. I could put stuff on that.
No, not that's the chair. This is the table. Tony knew this was a table. He came and asked me if he needed to move it for some reason.
People can see the Birdman. Have you seen it? I thought
you, like...
I thought only I saw it. I thought it was a hallucination while I was sick. But Curve Rock said people are talking about it all over town.
Koa immediately looks to Aldo.
And Aldo grabs you by the shoulders and shakes you, and he's like, "Have you seen the Birdman, Koa?" And he just like opens his eyes. He's like, "Shut up."
Aldo saw it on a roof.
I think we've all seen the Birdman.
Okay, look. Okay, look.
You can't roll 2 ones in a row, right?
This is an alley-oop, okay? I can do this. Okay. Where was that before? Anyway. Wait, you haven't seen him? I don't believe you.
Mikhail, what the fuck are we talking about? 1 minute you're offered a position on the council, the next you're too good for it, and you've got to go back to school, and now we're talking about a Birdman.
I didn't want to forget to mention it. It's been in our house.
Are you sure?
What?
You're better.
I told you, Aldo, it's been in our house.
I forgot.
God damn it.
Koa like shoves the puts the axe into a stump for a moment.
There's a I know it sounds insane, but we've seen crazy things. There is a man-shaped bird. Okay? There's a
Koa once again exchanges a look with Aldo like, this is what he thinks is happening?
Yeah, Aldo just picks up on that and he's like, "He's not crazy, Koa. I've seen the Birdman."
I imagine you have.
And Curve Rock's heard about it, so it's not just Aldo. And it was weird looking enough that I thought I was just hallucinating while I was fucking dying.
And they say the only people that see the Birdman are those close to death.
Wait, I thought you just said that like an hour ago.
Yeah, I said they say. I've been telling people that. Now people are saying it.
Anyway, look, just keep an eye out
this is
for
somehow
it.
more important than an offer that you could put you on the council, which is just one of multiple options, of which I've yet to hear what the other one is.
I wouldn't be as alarmed if it wasn't in our house. I thought it was a hallucination. I saw it while I was sick.
Do I need to go walk through the house and make sure there's not a Birdman before we can have a real conversation?
We can walk and talk. So he will start walking.
Is this what raising a child is like? Because if so, I'm not sure I'm ready for one.
Koa, I'm not insane. I'm not the only one saying this. Anyway, no, I don't want to be on the fucking council. But fine, I guess I'll ask about delegating tasks or whatever.
Well, what's the other option?
The other option does not leave me stuck here for many, many months deciphering this whole thing and spending all that time with Curve Rock.
Position on the council means there has to be a spot available. There isn't currently one, is there? So that wouldn't even be a right now thing.
It would be when he dies. Because he's
It would be
old.
his spot.
It would be his spot. And he apparently hates Nathan Fox. So, might not tell him we were the ones who got him on the council.
They're both sly in their own ways. Different, but
he's offering 5 gold per deciphered book.
I feel like council is make a lot more than that financially, but for something we're already doing, extra income is nice.
Yeah.
Wait, so how many for the whole set?
I mean, that's 5 each. There's 30 books.
146. No.
Almost.
150.
150.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Does Curve Rock have that kind of capital?
I honestly don't doubt that he does.
Place is pretty dilapidated.
I think he's miserly. I just don't think he spends his money. Like, he hoards it. I think that's why he's so cheap with everyone else.
All of
Not
the
because he doesn't
councilors
have
seem to
the
have a
money.
decent amount of funding. would imagine he does as well.
Yeah.
What does a counselor get paid? They get paid a salary, or
I mean, I imagine they make quite a bit considering how well off they all are.
is it a publicly known amount? Or I imagine with all of the corruption around, some make a lot more money from separate ventures as well. But
I mean, I guess we can ask. I'd rather ask Gemsmith.
Not many people would offer someone like us a position on a council, but I also don't know that I would want to be on a council. That sounds very opposite of what my strengths are. And we do have multiple purposes that may mean that our lifespans are likely to be shorter than those already on the council, who are much more advanced in age. So perhaps some funding would be useful to help us accomplish our tasks in the short term, and we can find another way on the council later. We made an offer now, perhaps breaking a 700-year-old curse would get us all a seat, yeah?
Doubt it.
I do too.
Yeah. Look, fine, I'll entertain it, I guess. I have until tomorrow to tell him. I honestly didn't think there was going to be much consideration to the first in the interim anyway.
Well, it's an offer to you, Mikhail. I might jump at the thought of such a powerful seat, but the valiant few, we do need you. If he is going to put you on the council, and that would take you away from a much greater purpose than deciding whether or not, I don't know, taxes are raised. I'd much rather have you with us.
Yes. I'd much rather be with you all. I don't want to just be holed up in a meeting room for most of my career.
Well, you have to
It's not
imagine
what I
if he's
came
going to
out
put you
here
on the
for.
council, he's going to put you through a training regimen, a mental one, to prepare you to be like him. It might destroy you entirely.
I don't think he has the capability to do that, but it would be frustrating to endure.
I don't know. It took you about 20 minutes to get a single bottle of wine when he delegated you to that. He can rip you apart pretty quickly.
That offends me.
It was meant to be a joke. A dry humor.
Even still. But I'll let it slide. Either way, I don't know. I obviously don't want to... I don't want to pin everyone else here for that long either. I mean, it's not like it's a book a day. It usually takes me about 3 to even start fully understanding a cipher. Like this last one, I've got quite a bit of studying in, and I still haven't quite cracked it. Some of them take longer. It could be a long time. That's at least 3 months if everything goes well, and I study most days.
Well, we do have a lot of different things that we're working on around Hot Gwyn. We have business, or Suga, wherever he's wandering around. All these keeps. I need to get back to Hot Gwyn. I need to see Guinevere, and I need to get up to see my family. We have a couple of keeps up that way. There's still one we don't even know the location of. Elliot still needs to get back to the mountains. I'm sure he hasn't forgotten that promise.
Yeah.
Question is, do
My
we wait
thought
here long
was-
enough for Leon to come back, or do we leave before then? As much fun as it is to swing this axe that I wish we'd had at the keep at any given point, I think you all know that we have a lot of business in Hot Gwyn. Number
Yes.
one is a team, being that Mikhail and I have some very nice armor that we might need to grab before it's made knowledge that we've ordered something, and then it disappears like our bank accounts.
Yeah. I'm
But
mad
also,
about
like
that
I was
again.
saying to Mikhail, before we go to another one of the keeps, maybe it might be might be better for us for him to go through and decode some of these books. Seemed to strengthen the ghost, right?
He was certainly a lot stronger this time than. It was a noticeable change. Perhaps the combination of a third keep and the books did make that difference. I guess that's possible. The more knowledge we have, I think he said, the more he gains. So, yeah.
And honestly, not even going to another keep. If we do manage to get Elliot to the mountains, we can speak with him there. I will confirm whether or not he knows more after Mikhail's decoded a few more books. But that is in the other direction of where you want to go, Koa. So
It is, but Guinevere was persistent the last time we spoke. She sees what we're doing as being more important than any of our individual needs and wants. And I think as long as this curse is hanging over everyone's heads, and as long as she faces the curse she faces, we'll never quite be able to rest too easily. So,
Yeah.
take care of the business we can. Try to help her break free from what ails her, and then perhaps we can worry about joining a council.
Well, that sounds like I take the second offer then.
Mikhail, it's your offer. I do not wish to influence you, but yes, that's the one you should take.
Thank you, Koa. Good. It means we can spend some time.
Oh,
In
I
the
should have
city.
offered. I have a seat.
Oh.
We can discuss this. None of the chairs look very safe.
Oh wow. He like pulls one
Not
of them
that one.
over. This one then. This one's got 4 legs.
One
3
of them I had
legs.
to re-put back on. It fell off, but it should.
It's off.
Well, the one
You know,
that turned out all right's inside the house, actually.
Oh, okay. You know, this one's probably fine. If I sit it where like the wall's next to it, it'll just tip into the wall, and it would still work.
Yes, 2 of the legs are uneven because whenever I was making it, I was sitting on an uneven ground surface, but I didn't take that into consideration, so I cut the legs in half there in the front and back. And then the chair sat well in that one particular spot, but didn't really work anywhere else.
Is the crossbeam just another chair leg?
Yes. And it's safe.
Creative. Yeah. Oh, and then you started making the table so you'd have a level surface to work on.
Yeah, we can go with that.
Yeah, it's smart. Let's use the ones inside then.
I'm just saying, after fucking around with some of these things for a bit, I'm understanding why furniture costs a bit.
Yeah.
Make one little
Hey.
mistake, and the whole piece of wood is now just firewood.
Hey, look, if you get good at this, I mean, the prices that one guy was going to charge you back at Gwen's shop, like, you could retire. Or at least you could.
Retire. And then I could do what retired people do, you know?
Yeah. Maybe not quite yet.
Council. Bitch and moan.
Yeah, maybe not yet. Maybe not yet. Maybe have some more fun first. Okay, but seriously, if you see that bird guy inside, like, don't ignore it. I think because apparently he's real.
At least it gives me something to do while you read books and Aldo does Aldo things.
Oh, I figured you'd be talking to the council about the bridge, since you wanted to make sure that got fixed.
I do have a petition written inside for you to sign to present.
Wait. Oh. Okay.
I didn't
I'll
really
check
know
it out.
what exactly to write, so I just wrote, "We think you should fix the bridge, please." And then I wrote 3 lines for us to sign.
Hmm. Okay, that's a good start. It's always good to have a like a mission statement in mind when you start these things, but we may need to expand it a bit.
I just thought, being as we're the Valiant Few, we should have something a bit more formal than just my word. So I thought an official-looking document. I even drew a fun little symbol to mark the Valiant Few.
I would like to see this symbol.
It's like a cross, like when he shows you the document inside. It's like a cross of like just a dot with like flower petals, and somehow also that like S that everyone drew in 2nd grade with the lines.
My name begins with S. I did that so many times.
But it's not even, it's not well done, and it's not even centered properly.
Except I'm older than you.
And you
so
can
I
see
get it
where he
older.
tried to erase it a couple of times. But things don't really erase with pens, so there's just some smear marks that he tried to make look decorative.
Mikhail, what's the S for? There's no S anywhere in the Valiant Few.
Signed.
Oh.
That was implicit. It's right above
my
the
mistake.
signatures.
I see. Yeah, normally it's fine. Let's work on this petition. I've got We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that. I've got some ideas on how to get this petition to look a little bit more official.
It's true. Fixing
And
a
I've got
bridge
some
that's
letters to
crumbling
write.
that's actually possibly killing people versus worrying about a man dressed like a bird running around. I can see where your priorities lie, Mikhail. He'll roll it up like a little bit aggressively.
He goes,
Yeah,
no,
we'll come back to
we'll
this
do
later.
it. We'll do. I already have some letters to write. I was gonna go get the stationery. We may as well do it now. You've already started. Look, I'll go get my stuff. All right, just be thinking of what else you might want to say in the petition.
Isn't
Fine, I'll
Aldo
check
also
the-
good at that?
Yes, I think he is.
I'll check all of our closets for the boogeyman. Make sure we're safe.
Hey, Dwayne, have you seen that bird guy?
I kicked Dwayne out. He's not here anymore.
You just kick him.
Dwayne's under that small dirt pile in the backyard. Aldo made use of the axe when Dwayne heard about the other counselor.
You're yelling at him. Aldo's got like a knife to his throat. Shut up! Shut up! You won't take this from me.
Dwayne, coo like a bird. Coo like a bird right now.
What's a bird sound like?
Hey, Mikhail, I hear him right now.
We're all attacking Dwayne. He's just covered in feathers.
We're the most incompetent, competent group of adventurers I think I've ever played.
Yep.
Oh, one lug.
I had one chance to catch Aldo in a lie, and I rolled a fucking 1.
So,
This is such bullshit.
what are you telling Curve Rock?
It'll be choice number 2. Choice number 2.
So when you return to him, and tell him it's going to be choice number 2, and he said, sorry, because you're not telling him right away. You tell him the next day.
Yeah, it'll
That
be the next
night, Aldo, roll me a sense motive check. 19's a solid roll. Might be able to jump over the edge, though, if you want.
Hmm. You got any bonuses from anything?
A hug. I tell you
Tony
that
did give us a hug.
a different for a different reason is why you're able to make this roll. So
No.
the other details are what unlocks the roll for you.
Fine, all right.
So no bonuses is what I was saying. Okay, with your 22 total, while you're lying in bed, half asleep, or maybe it's in the morning when you're half awake, you're thinking to yourself about what it was that transpired yesterday, how it played out, how it actually went better than you thought it would. You know, Tony got to feel important for a minute. Mikhail got to get past the chip over, on Curve Rock's shoulder, and vice versa, and so on and so forth. And you remember, like, watching Curve Rock at 25 or whatever you got before, watching Curve Rock, watching Mikhail as Mikhail was floundering about his, trying to hold down his emotions, and how Kervrock seemed really like calm with it. Just like let it slide. And you're thinking about the offer that was made and so on and so forth. And you just like, it just, I don't know, the scene plays over in your mind over and over and over again. And eventually you come to the conclusion that maybe Jake had already thought beforehand. The reason why Kervrock extended that offer wasn't just as a genuine form of payment, but he sees Mikhail as manipulatable.
Mm-hmm.
He was able to get Mikhail upset. He was able to get Mikhail excited. He was able to do all these different things. Mikhail often finds himself in rough spots because of either the people he hangs out with or the adventure he goes on, so on and so forth, and needs a degree of bailing and so on. He's somebody that, were on the council, is manipulatable. And so that's somebody that you can work with, because maybe you align on some things, maybe you don't, but you can always edge or push or curb to the direction you want them to. And so like that one of those, that kind of like thought really stands glaring out in Aldo's mind as he's thinking about it overnight. So, but either way, that's something that you have in mind. I don't know whether or not you share this information before Mikhail goes back over there. If you go back over there with Mikhail, if you keep your mouth shut, however it plays, I'll leave that to you.
I'd say when Mikhail goes to leave, Aldo would kind of call out to him and say, Mikhail, it really kept me up last night thinking about everything that went down. I don't think Kervrock is as smitten as we think. I think that he offered you the council position not because he's close to dying, which who knows. He did see the Birdman after all, but
he's like already looking over his shoulder
because he thinks he can manipulate you. Another push on the council, push in his direction.
Huh. That does make sense. Well, I'm glad I'm not taking that option. And think about that. Okay. So he's still plotting, of course.
Kind of sucks that you're not taking that option, though, because having him underestimate you there would, could have led to a lot of things. But I get it. No, I'm only joking when I tell you to take it, or half joking anyway. But he's still up to his games.
Yeah. Thanks for pointing that out. I wonder how he'll react then when I don't take that one. Well, I guess I'll find out. Are you coming with?
You need me to?
Maybe not need, but if he is still plotting, may not hurt. I mean, he might just dismiss you, but at least for the opening.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, I'm fine with you leaving early on in the visit as well if you need to, but just in case.
He nods.
Good.
Important to know as you guys are heading over there, it's not that he didn't value the quality of music. It's knowing how charismatic and what quality of at least perceived leadership that you can bring to the council that has so much value. Like, he sees Mikhail as being valuable, but a valuable asset as opposed to a valuable, ally. So, but anyways, so moving on. You eventually arrive there. It sounds like early in the day the next day, and knock on the door. Oh, and he eventually comes over and opens it. He says, early. I guess it was an easy decision.
Did say I'd be prompt.
He invites you in. You take off your shoes, cloak, whatever other extra things. You go over and you make your way to the room. He says, early for a drink. And will gesture for you to sit on the cloth-covered furniture.
Yeah, he takes a seat. The second of the two offers is the one I'd like to accept.
Was that easy to turn down counsel?
No, but the Valiant Few has gotten accustomed to having to make difficult decisions with short amounts of time. There was lots of discussion, but that's what I ultimately decided.
Looks at Aldo, looks at Mikhail, looks at Aldo, and says, Koa talked him out of it.
Well, I thought he'd be a good councilman.
He says, you see the gears turning in his head, and then he says, an offer was made, and an offer was accepted. Fine. 5 gold.
Per book.
If there was cheerfulness in his face, and I do mean if, because you're not sure this is what cheerfulness looks like on anybody, somehow his face drops a little.
It wasn't like a correcting him, it was like a finishing the, yes, I agree. I understand the thing, yeah.
So his face dropped a bit more. Now he just straight up looks like Droopy, the cartoon dog. No, so his face drops a bit more, and he says, per book. Very well. Since you're here so early, might as well make use of the day. And what are your plans? He says, as he goes and moves the one thing on the table off of it, and gets up to go get a candle from the side to give a bit more light. He says, and what are your plans for travel? How long do you intend to stay and study or teach?
I have at least 3 or 4 weeks. Looks at Aldo.
You
Yeah,
smell
I'd
that?
say 3 or 4.
Burnt toast. Again. Damn it, he says as he walks out
Have
of
you
the room.
seen the Birdman recently?
Huh? A moment. Walks out.
Aldo looks at Mikhail. Told you.
Toast.
He comes back with a tray that has some charred bread on it, and a jar, almost like a mason jar with a bit of small amount of older jam still inside of it, and puts it on the table and offers for you guys to have some as well as you'd like. It says, "Continue."
So a minimum of 3 weeks. That time may be extended, depending on others' business, before we head back to Hod Gwen. As for today, I don't really have any other plans. We should be able to get quite a bit done.
Then let's get to it.
Do you have a preferred volume to start with?
He gestures towards the bag you have with you. What did you bring?
Oh, yes, we can look at the one that I've been working on, actually. This is a little bit tougher, in fact.
Would it not be easier for you to show me how the ciphers work than before we start a new one?
Orange, I already showed him orange.
Aldo says, and with that, I'll take my leave.
Purple and red.
Looks to you. Why?
This is beyond me. I'd only be a bother.
Thinks for a moment. Looks to Mikhail and says, get started. And then turns to walk out the room.
I'll take out the red. I think it's volume 5 that I have deciphered. I said I'm working on it, but it's done.
He walks to the door with Aldo. And he says to Aldo, what are your thoughts on this?
16.
On the offer you made, or on the books?
How competent do you think he actually is to correctly break these ciphers?
Extremely. You can be confident in that. I mean, who has even come up with this or realized that there was a hidden meeting behind these books? Have you ever heard of it before?
Inklings of rumors.
Mm.
But that does give credence to whether if this is true. Gives credence if this is true, or it's a lie expanded on.
Well, you'll be able to see for yourself, and I dare say he's a good teacher. You'll be able to follow along, and probably knowing you, you'd be able to do it yourself. You'll see it's there.
How expanded is your collection? 9?
Is that what he said?
Yeah, it is what he said yesterday, but your character might not know perfectly.
Aldo just says, to be honest, I'm unsure. Mikhail's working on it. Not something I can help with.
Thanks. I made an offer, but I'm uneasy. I'll pay him once he's given me a good number of books. That way I know it's true. You're staying for 3 weeks, Aldo.
I believe that's the plan.
You're all going to stay settled here for a month.
Taza just looks at him.
Cut to Koa. 3 weeks?
And what is it? The person says, you want it mahogany. It takes time to get that wood for you. Anyway, so
saying the word. Mahogany. Mahogany.
So he says, he thinks to himself and he says, fine. Let's see if this is time well spent.
I can assure you it will be.
If I get sick,
oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
I did not. You'll wake up with my dirty mouth rag in your pillow.
I'll make sure to lock my door then.
He's looking after you, upset with the low quality of his threat, but not wanting to make another threat because if he makes a better one, it just makes the other one look worse. If he makes a worse one, he just seems even more foolish. He just and turns and walks off.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go.
Okay. And
enjoy your vacation, Mikhail.
I got to have pneumonia and then spend time with a guy I hate. Oh, it was fantastic.
So you legitimately going to spend 3 weeks here?
I don't know how long we're spending here, but that's our minimum.
Oh, you said minimum.
Minimum. At least 3 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which books do you have available? I should probably look at that in Roll20. Wait, I'm going to get to you in a second.
Not Elliot's.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that one is Elliot's. So it wouldn't be that one. It wouldn't be the red one. Actually, take the weight off that one. I was just
Okay, so
double-checking
you're
the
probably
list.
going to...
So it'll be the...
You're probably going to work with
purple
orange
one.
books, right? Because you have the whole collection, I think.
You're
Oh, you're
missing
missing
Yeah,
one from the collection.
We have 1, 2...
You have 5 out of the 6.
Yeah, 5 out of 6.
Which is really good.
I've already showed him the orange we deciphered. The other deciphered ones I have are a purple, which was Fox's, and then a red one, but that's Elliot's book, so we don't have that one on us.
Well, that's fine. But if you work with orange, you can go through a whole collection. So you can teach him the first orange, and that makes learning the other ones a bit easier as you go, right?
Mhm.
So,
I would still be showing him the original one.
yeah,
That's right. I forgot. Yeah.
So out of the oranges, you have 5, but you've only deciphered 1. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So you're going to teach him the first one, and you're going to start working on the second one of the oranges. He is actually going to be not very helpful at first.
I rolled very low.
And does not give you a +2 as you're trying to decipher the second orange book.
We'll do. So 3 was already deciphered. So we'll be doing, I guess,
Because you own 2
7.
volumes of 3. Yeah, so just work through it. 7's next. That's fine.
Yeah.
Which ones have you already deciphered?
He has it marked here, I think.
Yeah. So orange 3 is deciphered. Purple
27, I believe.
10.
Oh, 10. Yep. No, purple 10.
Yeah, purple 10 is deciphered.
And
And,
then-
then Elliot's, which is like red 16.
Yeah, red 16,
Okay.
correct.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
Again, it's a DC 30, but because you have those other details, you have a +6 to this added on to whatever your normal modifier is. And unfortunately, I failed my check to assist you.
All right. I rolled very bad.
So
That's with the
after
bonus.
3 days, you're not able to crack it with him on this one. And so you guys are going to try for a different book. Let's go for 15. Jesus fucking Christ, I rolled a natty 1 twice in a row.
Okay.
Oh, but when you're attacking,
Thanks, Curve
you roll
Rock.
natty 20s type.
He does not assist you again. I am so sorry.
So another +6. Cool.
Unfortunately, not a +8, only a +6.
And I rolled a natural 1.
Oh my God. He says to you, like, at the end of this, he's very frustrated, but he's also doing horribly. So,
Mhm.
like, he's taking it out, his frustrations on how much time this is, but, like, not at you at all. Like, it's one of those things where he's actually living in the shit with you. The fact that it's not easy for you, it actually builds camaraderie, because it's not like, how do you not get this? Or constantly trying to teach Grandpa how to use his iPhone. It's
Yeah.
like you guys are genuinely in the struggle together, which again builds a degree of camaraderie because he actually likes going through this. There is a small difference here, though. I rolled 2 nat 1s and you rolled nat 1. That's 3 out of 4 rolls were natural 1s. What are the odds of that? So you will, sir, roll for me a sense motive check, please, before we continue. 15's decent. Are you happy with your 15?
Yeah, I'll stick with it.
Yeah, no, 15's pretty decent. You are getting a vibe off of him that, so it's a negative vibe. You're starting to notice a pattern off of him. When he does poorly on this, he kind of is happy to go with it. Like the one thing that you do have to consistently do for him, if you will, because your natural 1 is still way higher than his natural 1. And he's gotten that twice. You got a 20 and a 15. He got way the fuck lower. You keep having to, like, more or less, he's going down a rabbit hole. It's almost, imagine if somebody was like, oh, the flag on the moon, it doesn't move. And if there's no wind, it wouldn't be flapping. Clearly the moon landing's fake. The whole thing's fake. And you're like, no. Yes, the flag is posed like that for fake, but they did it for these reasons. He's like, okay. But it looks like they're jumping on a trampoline. Clearly it's fake. And you're like, no. So he's kind of keeps going down, quickly goes down these rabbit holes of, like, following false trails. And you keep having to pull him out of those false trails. His ability to decipher is solid. It's just you guys are failing, and he's happy to walk down the failed trail. Whereas your character's more skeptical and less. But you want to know the deep truth of the matter. Like, you want to understand the fact of the matter, whereas he's trying to find the truth of the matter. And that's, like, the difference between, like, a scientist and a theologian, right? So, there you go. Either way, you guys can go ahead and try again with against number 18.
Right back. Okay. I'm waiting.
Oh, sorry, you're waiting on me. I sloppy dice rolled it off the table. I got you a +2. Not a +3, but I got you a +2.
All right, cool. Let's try that. It's total +8. There we go.
Yes!
That's
Book
the
number
one.
18. You got it. That's exciting.
Whew.
Okay. So when you guys finally crack a book after 3, 6, 9 days, plus a day you spent teaching them the first book, after 10 days, you finally crack one of the books. And there's this like moment of such strong camaraderie when you break through the book and understand it together that the next day you like don't realize it until the middle of the day that you woke up excited and left the house quiet as to not wake up Aldo and Koa. You heard him starting to, do his morning routine in his bedroom as you snuck out the door. And it's like halfway through that next day and you've been working with Curve Rock and you realize I was way too excited to get here in the morning. Like it's like, oh, I have to reality check. I'm going deep into it. All right, now it's book 23. And you no longer have just a +6. You now have a +7 on these rolls without his assistance. And actually, because I got that +1 or 2 now, from me having the books as well, it actually pushed me over the edge. The +2 got me to 21 total. So I gave you a +3. So you have a +10 on this.
Okay.
Which is,
All right.
much better.
So we can put that to good use.
Yep, hopefully.
Well, or I'll roll that number.
Okay. Now, the good news is you can circle back through these. There's no reason why you couldn't circle back through these. So 3 more days later, you don't discover another book. The hype of the situation settles in 3 days later as you don't fail. And it's one of those things where, you maybe even bring up pulling out his book number 28, which has the orange binding. And he shakes his head and says, no, we don't touch those yet. No, he says, we don't touch those. Not yet. He says, we don't touch those. And he goes back and picks up one of the other books. He picks up one at random. Let's say it's 15. And you can go ahead and try again.
15.
I just barely hit a 10. You get a +2 from me. So you have a +9 total, I believe, on this roll. From the circumstance or whatever. And let me just think for a second, Keegan. That was, hold on, 3, 6, 9, 12. This makes 15 plus 1 is 16 days total you've been here so far. 16 days total. You're sitting at a 26. It's 25% chance with luck. I don't think you have any other modifiers.
I don't think I do. I got to try to luck it. Ah, fuck. So close.
So close.
Shit.
So close. And that was your only luck, too. So, that was, the one that could have... I don't
Damn.
lie. A gamble at the 25 was a rough gamble.
I know, but it was it's right there.
All right.
Okay.
Well. So, no, both of those were used earlier, unfortunately. All right, so back to this.
I would have used it otherwise.
You have a 7. So he pulls out, you guys pull out 7 again to give that a try, getting you to 19 days total spent here. And let me roll. I keep forgetting I have to roll for you first. I got you a +2.
Okay.
Once again, just barely hit I rolled the same natural number. I just barely hit the 10.
Which is a +9. Okay. Bro.
At least it wasn't the fortitude save. But every 19 days, you want to push it to 22 days?
22 is... Yeah. He'd go at least 22.
Okay. Yes, that's what we already factored the +1. Snaga.
Yeah.
All right, this time I rolled much higher. You get a +3 for me this time. So you're rolling that 10 total again.
This is crazy, dude. I cannot roll.
You've been there for 22 days. So far, you've only deciphered 1 book. And you've been able to teach him, because you don't have Elliot's with you. But you do have... so you've taught him 3 books so far.
Yeah.
So at the end of those 3 books, the 22 days, he's, of course, happy for you to stay longer.
I mean, at that point, it's not just my decision.
Correct. So let's circle back to stuff that's going on with the rest of the party. Now, Koa, it's hard for me to explain what's happening with Koa without Wade there. and
Yeah.
something I was going to have him roll for. Aldo, I don't know if Aldo would be doing anything particularly, maybe picking his feet. Maybe his character's not allowed to take downtime because he didn't pick a feat before the session. You know, maybe that's the punishment he gets. Oh, you didn't pick a feat before the session. Your character is spending all 3 weeks training for the feat that you didn't collect. That's what I think. That's what I think we could say his character was
I mean,
doing.
I'm not gonna put that jacket on him.
Excuse me. I decided on a feat, and I've already
sorry.
applied
What
it.
was it?
It was skill focus.
Oh.
Which hopefully, you know, I guess if we're talking about what Aldo's doing, he's spreading rumors.
One trick pony. That's what he's doing. One trick pony.
I'm spreading a rumor.
Now you know I'm gonna have to whoop his ass in combat because of it. What rumor?
That there's a Birdman that appears to people that are close to death.
Okay. Roll me your bluff on this. But I need it twice, and I'll explain why afterwards. So it's going to take you 2 rumors to pull that off, and I'll explain why afterwards.
What?
I'll explain why afterwards. First,
I didn't-
this is a small town, so
Okay.
it's a DC 18. You crush that. You beat it by 5, which
I could
means
use that.
people. What does the 5 do?
It takes less time.
Oh, okay. So that doesn't matter much. Go ahead and roll the second one. I'll explain in a second. Yep, crush that again.
Jesus.
Annihilated it. So the problem was people saw you in that costume. So you had to spread rumor that wasn't true enough.
Yeah.
That people, you know, are questioning whether or not they actually saw you in it, maybe because they were drinking, whatever the case may be. There's of course going to be a few deniers, obviously, like anything out there, truth, fact, or fiction, which are 3 separate things. There are always going to be deniers of each. Anyways, but yeah, you spread your rumor of it. Koa! You convinced the council. You've had so many, it's been at least 22 days. You've had so much time going there and nagging about the bridge. Plus, you know, throwing your weight around.
22 days?
You've been there for 22 days so far, which I'll get to that in a second. But you've gone to the council to talk about the bridge enough times over that period of time. They eventually just agree to do repairs on the bridge. Like legitimately
Alright.
do repairs on the bridge. That was agreed to.
Great.
Wade, would you like to craft something for your house?
I would love to, but I feel like the first good thing I craft would probably be something to bring to Guinevere. And I don't know exactly what that would be, but some kind of little wood sculpture or something. So instead of something useful... Yeah,
I hate to tell you
crafting
this,
something.
but craft carpentry is not craft sculpting.
Doesn't stop him from trying.
So maybe you make her a chair?
Sure.
I'm just kidding. It can be whatever you... well, not kidding about the sculpting part, but you can make her whatever you'd like. A wardrobe. Ooh! Isn't it old ceremony that you give a couple getting married a hope chest? Isn't that why it's called a hope chest? Like cedar on the inside, and you know it looks nice. It's like the whole idea is like you're giving them, you know, love, support, and all that crap. Isn't that like a real thing?
I don't know.
I'm not crazy on that, right? But
No
yes.
idea.
Okay, cool.
No, I just don't know. Yeah.
Would you want to make something fine, like a fine hope chest?
How hard is to make something fine?
So let's bring the DC from being a simple thing of 10 up to being like, I don't know, a 13 or 15 or something. Here we go. A high quality items is a 15. So it's high quality.
We'll try it, sure.
So DC 15, hold on, but what's the value of a hope chest? So you have to go to a chest. There's chest plane. Do I have a hope chest here?
It kind of rarely gets that specific.
Okay. Let's see. So a chest plane is for just like a fine one, so it's like level 3 out of the 4 levels of quality, obviously new, is normally 10 gold. So
Jesus.
for a hope chest, you can go maybe 12 gold in its value. So it's like, you know, cedar in the inside and, you know, nice brass fittings, so on and so forth. We can say maybe 12 gold for it. You pay a third of that in materials. So you pay 4 gold in materials, and then you make me every week a craft check. So why don't you make me your first DC 15 carpentry check?
Okay, what was the first cost?
The cost for you is only 4 gold to make a brand new one of, you know, the higher quality.
Only 4 gold. All right.
That's a 13. That's a fail. Unless you want to luck it or something to pass the 15.
We don't have any more pluses, right?
Unfortunately, I do not think you have any more pluses. And before you choose to luck it, the way that luck would work, let's say you rolled exactly a 2, and so you got 15. 15 times 15 equals 225, which is 22 gold, and you can actually, I think, technically pass this in one. Oh, no, that's right, because we're supposed to do this in silver pieces. We have to convert it to silver because of how this system's gold works. So that is 22 silver, which is still 2.2 gold, which is a sixth the way there, right? No, it feels like it'd take too long. Hold on. I guess it still is the original way. All right. I think, yeah. So yeah, you would have to luck it, pass, and then you can build it.
If you don't fail by 5 or more, you don't lose the materials though, right? It's just a failure.
I believe you are 100% correct. Let me confirm.
Yeah, that's correct. I believe.
Retry, yes, but if you fail by 4 or less, you make no progress. If you miss by 5 or more, you ruin half the raw materials and have to pay that half cost again.
Okay.
And,
well, if I can finish it in 1 week and I've got 3, I might just not use the luck and just try crafting it a second week.
That sounds like a smart move. Let me just confirm. You pay a third the item's cost. Yep. And cool. I might be screwing up the timing on this because I had to change it slightly because of the math that we're doing for money here. But let's just assume I'm not changing it for the sake of this. Wade, go ahead and try again. Second week.
There we
That's
go.
a 15. So you spent a little over 2 weeks working on this, and the rest of the time of that 3-week period, you know, nagging the council to fix the bridge. And eventually you successfully are able to do both. Snag the council of the bridge and finish building the chest. Wade, this is a 12 gold piece chest that you are, you know, you have on hand or whatever for, you built it for only 4 gold pieces. This thing is very nice.
Koa will gladly show it off to Mikhail and Aldo after he finishes it.
So it's important to note that when you're looking at how nice this thing is, the parts about it that make it the nicest isn't necessarily Koa's craftsmanship, because he's new at this. He did a good job of assembling it, but he used kind of like, you know, not instructions, but like a schema that somebody else had, you know, kind of like offered to him or put together. There's the wooden planks. They let him borrow a bunch of the tools that they have around so they can give a bit of advice here and there as he's working around in their shop, because he doesn't own these tools. So he's, you know, working with their tools because of his reputation. They let him in there, give him a couple pointers here and there. But also what really makes it stand out is the amount of money, not just on the wood that he bought, it's actually on the finishings. So like the brass pieces, the lock, they're very ornate. They're very fancy. And then the way that kind of like folds together, the way it kind of comes together. Again, Koa did a good job of assembling and sanding and doing all the stuff. And he actually chose the right kind of stain for it. Koa chose it because he knew it was a color that would, you know, for Gwen, because of her you know, shop or whatever it was. Some of that means to them, but by sheer coincidence, it also happens to be a really good stain for the kind of wood that he has there. Brings up the natural, like, you know, knots or whatever inside of it. So he does this fantastic job. He shows it to you guys, and you feel free to RP through it if you would like.
Oh, a chest. Easily recognizable, but you made this?
That part seems more surprising.
Honestly, yes, but I mean this is a huge compliment to someone who's watched people perfect crafts. This looks like it could be sold in a shop. It's excellent.
Well, thank you. It's a gift for Guinevere, so I've been putting my all into it. There was I've had my struggles, but ultimately, turned out.
It did.
You did really well.
Yes, and I believe, if I were to choose to sell this, it'd be worth more than the pieces I put into it, even with all the time. So, I'm quite pleased.
I think she'll really appreciate it. It just looks really nice. It seems sturdy. Kind of like nudges it slightly.
It should be. Try to put quality pieces into it. The metalwork and such, I didn't do that. I just incorporated it. I didn't make a lock or anything, but
You got a good deal on the quality of the finishings because he went to what's her name?
Oh, Hinta, yeah.
Hinta.
Damn.
Hinta
Wow,
managed
I
in the
didn't know.
bedroom.
I didn't know you were that serious about it, but oh, this is awesome.
of course
Well
I'm not
done.
serious. I'm engaged. That's a serious thing.
I meant the carpentry.
Oh. Well, other than going around and harassing counselors to fix the bridge, I've not really had a whole lot else to do, so figured why not?
Yeah.
Plus,
About
every
that.
time I swing an axe at a piece of wood, I just imagine one of those creatures, which makes it even easier.
Healthy.
He, like, smiles.
So, we haven't made a lot of progress, to be honest. Look, deciphering these things is tough. There's a reason I've only gotten through 3 of them. And not only is it trying to decipher new ones, but then also making sure that Curve Rock can keep up. And honestly, he's not incompetent at it, but he's not as practiced.
And what do you
We've
say?
definitely gotten through 1. But
One volume, one set of books. One, like, through all of
one
the
book.
One book.
We've worked on several, but only one that we actually fully cracked and he understands.
Well, that's slower than we thought, but at least he can
Significantly.
see that it's real, right?
Yeah, I think so. He hasn't. I mean, even with the outbursts, they've been more just at the situation, not even at me. I think he believes in the work. Could keep going, but at this point, it's been a little bit over 3 weeks, so it's not just my time I'm promising. Potentially.
I can kill another week and work on something, but I don't want to wait much more than that. I think getting one more breakthrough and perhaps meeting up with Leon when he gets back would be nice. He's been gone for about a month now, so hopefully he'll be returning soon. If he wants another week or so, I will deal with it. But more than 2 weeks and I'm leaving.
Okay. I can accept that.
We spent so much time waiting for the weather to change so we could go and visit these places. Now we're wasting that weather away here. Wasting's a strong word. Perhaps I shouldn't say that. It's not a bit of frustration, but we do have things to do, and it's easier to do it in this climate.
He just seems to be thinking for a second. Sorry, I don't disagree. I was just trying. My mind is on the studies. I'm a bit distracted. Trying to think if there's any other way I can approach it. Wait, I do have that that elixir, that weird one, that mage sight one. No, it doesn't last long enough.
I think that you and Elliot have made a lot of progress, and if you and Curve Rock have cracked one, then perhaps the advice I would give you is just relax a bit, Mikhail. You know what you're doing. You know how to do this. Perhaps the pressure's too high.
Maybe it's just so frustrating.
Don't force it. Let it come to you. Do what you've done with the other ones. You didn't even know there was a thing, and now you're so eager to find it. Perhaps you're looking for meaning where it's not. Let it come to you.
It's pretty good advice, actually. Thanks.
That's twice I've said something that I would expect me to say, and you've been surprised by it.
Easy to be surprised when your head's elsewhere. No, you give good advice, Koa.
And you're good at what you do. You just have to not get in your own head about it. Don't let Curve Rock get in there either.
Yeah, that's the last place.
News
Anyway.
of this Birdman hasn't escaped me. It seems more and more people have been talking about it. It's a bit... Things have escalated past where I expected them to with this Birdman. To the point now where I'm even questioning my own sanity.
You didn't believe us that it was real?
Of course I believe you.
Oh my god.
Wow. Wow. Of all the times we're on that 20, Wade. Hey,
Of
you run that thing
course.
back and crushed
Why
you.
not save that for the books?
Oh, fucking course!
Yeah, why'd you even roll, Keegan? You should have just accepted it. Wasted
To
it.
see.
It's a
Just
1 in
wanted to
400 for you to do that back at him. And instead you can roll a
God
3 on
damn
both.
it.
By the way, wait, I did the math wrong for how long it takes to build the chest. It is broken down to copper instead of so that it works mathematically. So I'll tell you how long it would have taken you to finish that. I'm fine with it being this
still
time.
4
but
gold, right?
You
Yeah.
would not have spent more than 4 gold, no.
Okay. Time-wise, it would have taken longer, perhaps?
Yeah, correct. Just give me a second. So 15 times 15. So if it was 120 copper is what you spent. It's 12 gold. Not what you spent, what it's worth. 12 times 10 to silver times 10 to copper is 1,200. And if you pass a 15 only gets you 225 copper pieces of progress towards the 1,200. It takes about 6 weeks to build.
Jesus.
It's actually faster if you roll higher.
That makes sense, but that's still
It's multiplied.
insane.
So let's say you roll a 25 times 15, you get 375 off. And there's a reason, actually, technically speaking, there's this whole way of doing it. You can actually, if you can consistently roll a 25, you actually roll it against the 25, and then you do it against 6. You can actually get it done in 2 weeks. There's this whole way of gaming the system if you're really good at it, but it doesn't matter either here or there. The
You
Koa
can
got it
basically
done
up the
probably because
DC,
it was something that,
but-
like I said, he was in a shop. He worked with some people. They all assisted him. It was his first project. They were happy. It was like them participating in the marriage, right? There were plans, there was a system, all sorts of shit like that made it easy. So we accomplished it in the 1 week. But like next time he works on a project, he's like, wait, this is a lot harder than I expected. And you get the idea. But anyways, you guys are in the middle of RP and I interrupted with math.
Oh, good.
You didn't believe us, did you? Well,
Well, the day's getting away from us, Mikhail. Perhaps you should get back to it, and I should as well.
I thought I was supposed to be taking it easy or something.
Mentally, you still work. Don't beat yourself up on the inside. Focus.
Look,
relax.
I'm just saying, people are talking
Relax
about
and you
this.
focus.
This bird guy could be dangerous. Like, I don't think anyone said anything about him doing anything to anyone yet, but
I told you before, and it seems like I was right. He seems to only appear when death is near.
yeah, but nobody who's seen him has died.
Yeah, it's near. It does, just didn't finish the job, I guess.
Yeah, it could be relative, yeah.
Yes.
Now, on to more serious matters. Koa, I know what you've been doing.
Well, good. I'm glad you understand. A lot of work.
I make my bed a certain way, Koa. I know you've been jumping on it.
What? No
Perhaps
way.
we
Let
should all
me
be
see.
getting back to work. This is all a bunch of nonsense.
I'm going to trap the door. So next time, there might be a boulder that comes from the ceiling.
Perhaps you should have
Dwayne's
a
like,
bed.
what? Looks up.
I can't believe you, Koa. Let me go check. He starts heading towards your room.
Stay out of my room!
Damn it!
You splurged on the bed. We should all get to enjoy the fruits of it.
Dwayne said, I've only slept on it twice.
Hey! Get back outside, Dwayne.
You get back under the dirt mound.
We draw straws to see who gets to sleep in Aldo's bed.
Aldo intentionally has like the longest of the straws. Mikhail,
Traps that only go off when Mikhail walks in.
I don't know that I can outsleight of hand Aldo.
Oh, not. Just slap his hand.
I just hold that straw particularly firm so he can't pull the short ones.
That one's stuck. Try a different one. Ugh. Oh, Scott, I would have sent those 2 letters that I was telling you about before.
Yes, heard.
Would that have cost money?
I mean, sure. Let me be mean and charge a whole silver in postage.
What if I don't want to let you be mean? What does it cost me?
Then a whole copper in postage each.
All right, cool.
Is Mikhail and Curverock working like into the night?
Not
like
every day,
that.
but sometimes.
Okay. There's sometimes I want to turn up there, dress as a bird, and just like look through the window, and then like stealth away.
God damn it.
The yard is trapped. I hope you trigger a fucking arrow that hits you in like the fucking wing or something.
I know where all those traps are, right? None of them work.
It's fucking sprinting through the arm with a ballista bolt through the wing. She's like, oh my god, it's impervious.
I literally have water up my nose right now.
Didn't you roll like a fucking 30 to 33?
I rolled 2 30s.
Yeah.
So
Fucking
Other
crushed it.
planes are acknowledging your Birdman.
he's becoming
Yeah.
real.
You guys hear the new song
Gonna be a fucking tulpa.
from a couple
Oh my God,
of
new
couple of
song.
countries over?
Nice.
It's like Birdman flock together with you.
God.
I just put Spoon Man.
Why do we roll
me.
well on the dumb shit?
Because it's us, I guess.
We write a song called Dan, 40. Fucking
Yeah.
running around like a Birdman, 30. Just want to do our jobs? Ooh, 10. Sorry, you failed.
All right.
It's that guy. He's dumb.
So you guys have to decide if you're staying longer than 22 days.
Or that one.
Because
We're
so
staying
far
another
he's only
week.
supposed to pay you out 12 gold. No, 15 gold. Sorry.
We're staying another week. I think what Koa is conveying is that it's probably best to end with a success with Curve Rock rather than a whole bunch of failure.
Yeah.
So try at most 2 more times. Okay.
Try to get one breakthrough before we go. Yeah. He said he would stay for
Yeah,
2 weeks
'cause we're-
tops in case Leon's not back yet.
Yeah. So that's. We could do 9 days then?
Well,
Without hitting the 2 week, the additional.
the additional
'Cause we're-
1 week, just do 2 times. That'll be
This be
good.
2. Yeah. Gotcha.
Cool. So I think you broke through 1 with him, which was
Yeah.
just 23.
Yes. Yeah.
No, or
Let me
18.
make sure.
Was it 18 or
Let
23?
me make sure I marked it. It was 23. Yeah.
If it's marked, I have not closed out of and reopened the handout to see your marking. So,
Oh wait, no, it was 18. I was looking at the wrong one.
I
You're
thought
right.
so.
It was 18.
cool, because we went back to
23 was
15
the
and
last one
7.
we were
So
looking
let's
at.
go back up to 23. 'Cause you have 2 copies of 23. She's like, hold
Mhm.
on, I have a second copy of this. Here's your copy too. Let's both work independently but adjacent to one another. Independent playtime. Let's go. So, or co-playing. That's what it's called. Co-playing. So, you guys are gonna go again and try again. I dropped the die. Okay, he gets you a +2. So you're working with a total of, I think, a whopping +7 in this. Sorry, is it a +9 in this scenario?
Yeah, it
Because
should
you
be
get a
9.
+2.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, you're at a 27. A 27 is a pretty good number. This is a spot where you would have wanted to luck it before. Unfortunately, you rolled a 3 last time you lucked it and missed it by 1. I have a feeling like if you try to luck it this time, you're probably going to, roll your favorite number in the world, but maybe you should check with the party as to whether or not you should even try lucking it. It's only a 50-50.
If we even have luck.
Yeah.
But yeah, what do you guys think?
What's your opinion?
I mean, 50-50 and it gives us 5 gold. And it's that much more knowledge we get. I mean, if we're going to go back and see the Elder, the more knowledge we get, the better. But we've burned through quite a few resources already this particular stream.
Yeah. We've eaten up a lot of luck.
50-50 is hard to pass up, though. That's
It
tough.
is.
Yeah.
You're good, Joey.
Like I'm not burning my hero point on it. I'll say that.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say it's worth a hero point, but
You hit a 30, right? So that's why it's 50-50.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
I thought the DC lowered for every book. Yeah.
no, you get a bigger bonus.
It's a bonus.
And that's why
yeah.
he's rolling with like a plus, I think like a 19 right now or some shit.
17. It looks like.
Or 17, whatever it
Yeah, I
is,
have a total of 17. Yeah.
He does have a huge bonus. So
I would
It's
say
50-50.
go for it with 50-50 odds.
Yeah.
Hey, there it is.
There we go.
you
5
broke
more gold.
through. That's awesome. Cool. So you guys could try for one more because it was only the first of the 2 3D spins. It's up to you as to whether or not it's worth it to go or if you want to walk away on the victory.
I said I'd wait a week, so he has the 3 days.
You have the 3 days. I agree. Might as well just go for it. But I don't know if you were trying to go for vibes on this one, Mikhail.
Nah, he'll go for it. He'll go for
Okay.
it.
So you successfully have completed 18, 23, and long ago you had completed 3. You have 7 and 15 left. Which one do you want to try for?
Let's just go 7. Make it easier for my brain.
Does that one give you like you've already decoded some of them?
Yeah, so now he'll have another additional one, so now he'll have a plus 18 total, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, the bonus goes up by 1.
Okay, yes, correct. Let me just see what if I get you. I rolled natural 19 plus my modifier. You get a plus 3 from me.
So total of plus 11. Holy shit.
Yeah, because you have 5 for yourself plus 1, 2, 3 books assisting you. So that's an 8, and I give you 3 more, so an 11. Yep.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Good roll,
Whoa.
finally.
Yes. You guys have this huge breakthrough. You just like boom, book. And I won't lie, because that happened, you have had 2 in a row. He is going to push you to stay the extra 3 days. So you've done the extra week or whatever it is. You've been here for the total of, first it was 22 plus 6 is 28 days, total of 4 weeks after you spent that time being sick, which was 6 days, I think, of recovery plus the 1 or 2 days or whatever it was before that. So you've been here for 5 weeks total. There's a lot of pressure from him for you guys to keep pushing through. I don't know whether
I'm going to need you to roll a fortitude save at this time, Scott.
Yeah, sure.
Kovac needs to roll 4.
Yeah, I passed a 5.
Well, he may have had a heart attack at the side of the Birdman. So
That happened again. I'll get back to you on Birdman in a second.
Dude, what happened again?
I'll get back to you on Birdman in a second. Okay. Well, sorry. So I rolled a 5 total, so he has a heart attack and dies from Birdman. So you guys don't get paid? Okay. I'm fine with
What do
that.
you mean? We're his
we're getting
right?
paid.
it's fine. We can
No.
loot all of the. It's all right. He has the heart attack. We loot the encyclopedias.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if anybody else
Yeah.
joins on, Snaga just did so much at first. You guys can get a super fast hype train. Like, just one person can't do it by themselves. It has to be at least 3 people. And Snaga just did so fucking much back to back. I think it's all within the window that the hype train would start like really high immediately. I believe that's how it works because of how much was done in a narrow window.
I'll throw in my dollar.
Yeah,
I
got
think
nothing.
that's how it works. But back to you guys. Sir, do you want to go for the extra 3 days? Is the party cool with you being there longer than 5 weeks?
Is Leon back yet?
He will have been back, yes, and we'll cover that. But I'm trying to get the rolls out of the way, that way you can go to the RP.
I think Koa said he would stay a maximum of 2 weeks. So
Okay,
I think that means that
Then
3
you've
more
got
days
it.
is okay.
cool.
Yeah.
Then don't forget your additional +1.
Yep.
I got you a +3 again.
Okay. Plus 12.
These dice are insane. I roll a 1 3 times in a row. Then I roll a 3 multiple times in a row. I roll a 7 multiple times in a row. I just rolled a 19 twice in a row. This individual die is insane. Okay. Wow.
On the money.
Right
on it.
exactly where you needed it. Now that you have so many goddamn bonuses, which is incredible.
Sheesh.
All right, let's see
Okay.
let's see what train comes in as. Right off the bat, it's starting as it's a rare treasure train. No idea what that is.
Wait, what did it say? You unlock discounted gift subs if we hit what? What does
Level
it say?
5, I think. So first of all, it's already halfway through level 3, which is awesome. It says unlock a limited time 35% off gift subs at level 5 to this train. Oh, that's interesting. Huh. All right. Anyways, so where were we? Sir, yeah, you pass with the 3 extra days. So I mean, now that you've done, thanks, Mary. Now that you've done 4 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 alchemy books back to back, and you've just solved 3 books in a row, he says, Mikhail, I know you have to leave, but if you're willing to stay, he looks up at the shelf. We can complete this set.
Three more days takes us over the 2 weeks, though, right?
Technically
Or
speaking,
does it get us
no.
like right before it?
It's
Okay.
right before, yeah.
That would be 9 days out of 14. Actually, you could have 2 more rolls.
Okay, that's what I thought originally.
Because
Well-
you succeeded 2 in a row, so that's 6.
It'd be 10 days out of
14.
the because don't forget you had the 1 day left over from the previous. He already overran a day before you said the 2 or whatever. So, but,
Oh, we were 1 day past. Yeah,
yeah.
because we were
But
22.
either way, that's fine.
Okay. I mean, yeah, he would.
I'm even gonna
He
haggle.
would definitely
you,
let
just like,
Koa know. You know, he would definitely let Koa know. Like, look, we can complete the set. We'll be done still before the 2 weeks. So just hang on.
These are the alchemy books, yes?
Yes.
Is there anything in there that could possibly help Gwen?
This would be a good way to find out. It's not so far. I can't say yes right this second.
Just do it, Mikhail.
They're being deciphered. It doesn't necessarily mean I've studied them completely, right?
I understand, but this is potentially very important. For me
Yes.
personally, for Gwen personally, for the Elder, for everything. It's 1 more book. You're on a roll. Just do it.
Thank you.
We're gonna, at this rate, we're gonna walk back into the room, and the elder's gonna be on a bench press lifting like 220.
He's gonna come find us, and that's why we've taken 5 weeks off.
Well, if he has the strength to leave, then he'll have the answer.
What if he's the one in the bird costume?
You don't think it's
Okay.
connected, do you?
At this point, Mikhail, I don't know. The rumors that are spreading, everything's gotten so crazy. I'm just trying to make some chairs so we can eventually have a dining room.
The rumors do seem to be getting more frequent the more that we decipher. No, it can't be.
Don't worry about the Birdman. Worry about the books. And don't worry.
Right.
Just focus and relax, like you've been doing. Clearly, my advice made a difference. You've gotten 3 of them since we talked.
Right. He'll head back.
Okay. 2 things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to cover something before you roll. But before that, let me tell you, I actually rolled just enough to hit a 20 to give you a +3. So you're already working with a +1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the 5 from your languages. There's a 10, and I gave you 3 more, and there's a 13 bonus I'm giving you.
Yep.
That's awesome. Specifically
That's a
because it's
lot.
another orange book, right?
Yeah.
But Aldo, while he's gone that night doing this research, working late with the curve rack, trying to make sure that he does decipher it, you're out in the evening, and your character doesn't really drink that much, which makes things a little bit more strange. I mean, not to say that he doesn't enjoy substances, the occasional keef he gets his hands on, whatever it might be. But you swear out of the corner of your eye, you see the Birdman.
Okay.
Have we created a demigod?
Where did I see him?
Is this that supernatural thing where if enough people believe it becomes real?
It's a
That's how
fucking tulpa,
gods
dude.
work in Eberron. So you or close enough to how they work. So you're walking throughout the town, and you swear that as you're walking around a building, you swear you saw it in the moonlight go around another building, a couple buildings over.
Best believe I'm going to be stealthing, trying to follow this bird man.
Sure, yeah, go ahead, roll your stealth check.
This is the Luke moment where like you cut off its head and you take off the mask and it's you.
I am my own dad.
A 6 gives you a 17?
Damn.
Why do I suck?
You're not the skill
God
guy.
damn.
So listen. I assume you're happy with the 17. You don't want to use one of your level 3 hype train bonuses to get you up to a 20.
No, that's fine.
You go chasing after the Birdman, and don't get me wrong, it's very unlikely that anybody noticed you. You were pretty stealthy, but unfortunately, you don't notice the Birdman. You don't see him.
Right, okay.
They give me your imagination, I'm sure. Anyways,
Yeah.
so Mikhail, I think you're rolling with a +13 on top of whatever your modifier is, which is probably
Yep.
not small.
I need a. Yep, that's enough.
Okay. Would have been nice if you rolled a 2. That would have made me happy.
It wouldn't have made me happy at all. I'd have been
well-
very upset.
Well, if you rolled a 2, I think you have so it's a plus 21. So 2 would have
I
gotten
need
you to 23. A +3 would have gotten you to 26 if you just took one from the hype train, and then you have a 25% chance with the luck.
You can't stack hype trade 3s, right?
No. But anyways,
You could have hero pointed after that into 26.
To immediately, once again, immediately use my hero point as soon as I get it.
an absolute W.
Yeesh.
You fully unlock the entire alchemy set that's right there. It is fully unlocked for you.
Do
But-
Mikhail and Kerbrock break out in a dance?
You don't have access to that book. After you decipher it, you don't have access to it. Once you guys break the cipher and understand what's on the inside, so on and so forth, it's one of those things where he's like, great job, he's excited with you, he pops a bottle for you guys to drink, so on and so forth. And then he'll actually have like a sit down and be like, Mikhail, I'm thoroughly impressed with your dedication, your ability to work through this. I know that I put in my own damn work in this one. And I know that you would not have broken through all of these that quickly if you didn't have my assistance. But I also know that you could have broken through them eventually without me. And I'm not sure I could have done so without you.
Peel off the mask. This is the Birdman wearing a curve rock mask.
Jump out the window.
Once again, Silent Scott. Just looking like
Sorry,
that.
let me try this one.
Preferred silent.
Yep. Ruined it. Ruined it.
Not silent for us. All right. Anyways,
Yeah, I'm sorry, chat. We can't help you there.
I'm sorry, chat.
Somebody needs to go back and collect every time that they say I'm silent and just put them into one super mash, and we just have to make it way to ringtone. All right, back to
Thank you, Councilman. That's high praise.
where the fuck was I looking for as I was saying that bullshit? We got distracted by the Birdman.
He was about to.
I think he was
be
leaning
killed
in. I think.
I thought he was about to die of a heart attack from the Birdman sighting.
Sha-la-la-la, don't be scared. The Kurvrak is prepared. He wants to kiss the bard.
Oh.
Never see him again. Fucking ear-piercing scream 3 times in a row.
All right, where was I? It was here. He says, so after, you say this high praise, he shakes his head and says, no, it's accepting the truth. When I realized the truth of this, I thought of it. But I think I've grown too old. My mind's too slow. I always hoped one day I'd be the one to use it. But he shakes his head. He reaches into his pocket and clearly lifts something out of it and holds it in a closed fist. He says, "This is an old heirloom of mine, passed down to me generation to generation. It's an old heirloom from my house, from my family, the Mahurab. It's known as the keys to the Mole Empire." And he holds out his hand, and he gives to you a ring, a plain-looking electrum ring. As a matter of fact, a ring that you've seen before, sitting inside of a bowl on top of a dresser in the hallway underneath a sheet some months ago at this point. You look the thing over. Go ahead and roll me a perception check as you're looking.
We allow clips to be posted in chat, right?
What?
Chat can post clips of the stream. It's okay.
I don't care. Yeah. Well, no. Clips don't post in this chat, but they can in Discord. There's no links are allowed to here because of,
Okay,
safety.
I don't allow links either, so I didn't know.
Yeah. No, just because you never know what somebody might post and somebody else actually.
That's fair. I do the same thing.
Yeah.
Are you in the Discord? I don't know how
Yes.
to pronounce your name. Caucus? Casey? Jesus?
Yeah, over in Discord. The Clips channel is best. Anyways, back to you. So looking the thing over, you can actually see that as you're holding out this electrum ring, which looks relatively simple, is inside the ring, engraved on the inside, and it's very slight, so slight you didn't see it last time you looked at this ring. But now, maybe because your eyes are so fine-tuned towards all the hints and everything that you've been working on for literally over a month and a half now, whatever, you see ever so slightly etched in there a very, very fine etching. So fine that you have to hold it in the right light and allow shadow to catch over it just the right way to make the characters thick enough to both notice and see. Okay? And read, sorry. And it says, translated from tall to common, it says, so it's written in tall, "By thy service and by thy loyalty, all paths open to thy sovereignty." And as you read this, you can roll me a mole lore check.
By thy service and by thy loyalty, all paths open to thy sovereignty.
Yes, I will copy and paste this into our game chat for you. And then I will take a mole lore check.
Mole history, I'm assuming, is that one.
Yes, sir, I am. I do mean that, yes.
Okay.
Do you get bonuses to this at all?
I have a skill in it. I don't know if there's any bonuses.
It is a mole history is a lore skill, which is in and of itself a unique skill. So it makes it the DCs work different than typical skills because it's very niche.
Dude.
Unfortunately, you rolled very low. You do have hype train and luck.
You
You
guys
might
mind?
want to. This is probably important.
Yeah, well, okay, I'll do one of the hype train and I'll roll luck.
So that gets you to a 14. You're going to roll luck.
I'm going to try to.
Did the API crash on you?
I think it broke, yeah. I'll just roll a
Okay.
d4.
Give me a second, sir. I'll
Yeah,
reset
that's
the API.
right. You do have
Oh,
your
wait.
hero point.
Oh,
I know I have my hero point.
you could have done that in advance, but it's kind of late for that.
Yeah, for the plus
Reroll.
8.
You could re-roll. What did you roll a natural of?
3.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That is pretty rough.
I don't know how important this is. Could be very.
I don't
important,
either.
could be not.
Okay, you can go ahead and roll luck now.
Don't you want to not have a hero point all season again?
I don't want to not have my hero point again.
Oh, you can earn another one. We've never once done that.
0.
I earned one once and immediately spent it again. so I'm at what? So the plus 3, that's a 14. So-
Correct. And you roll luck, and then you can choose afterwards if you want to use a hero point.
Oh, I can do hero point after the
Hero
luck.
points are the king of everything.
Okay, fair.
Okay. So you're sitting at a 15.
16, right?
16.
Plus, yes, 16. My apologies. You can just straight up say, I take the plus 4 and turn it into a 20. 20 is not like the insanely high roll that you could potentially get, but is also a solid, fair, honest number. A reroll can get you up to a 17 higher, or mathematically, technically, it'd be a 13 higher than where you are.
Yeah, but I could also roll lower. so,
Assuming you're spending a hero point, you can sit at a 20,
uh,
or you can roll and get up to a 33.
dude, it's the first session of this season.
Somebody could also gift a temp hero point. Those are open, right?
Technically
we
speaking,
have
Jaaek could give a temp hero point, or one of you guys can give one of your hero points to him if you
But-
want to. If you want to know
They
the
have a-
knowledge without,
How much a
You
knit
know.
does that cost to give him a hero point?
I don't remember off the top of my head.
For me.
It's like 5k or
no,
something.
you just give him your hero point.
But what if I just...
Fine.
What about like 6k? Come on, I'll pay 1,000 interest.
I'll.
Koa's
I'll-
got
I'll-
a chance to make. He can't be using his hero point on this.
True.
Right. Yeah, you got to use yours on Gwen. That's the rule.
I want to make assless stools. They're going to be a thing all over Adir.
What the fuck?
You know, we could spread rumors that they're the new thing.
All the
take a
pressure goes on the
goddamn
crack and the
reroll.
thighs.
Oh my god! Imagine
this
bars
Stupid
with
reroll.
assless stools but buckets beneath them.
Oh,
You
don't.
get- you could just drink and
I'm
sit.
not gonna imagine that. No, I refuse.
All right, chat. It's his choice, but feel free to give your opinion of reroll or plus 4. Take the 20 or try for higher.
Oh yeah, I guess I'll see. I'll see what chat thinks.
It's not a toilet. It's an assless stool with utility bucket. I would
say
actually call it
reroll,
a
but it is
fucking
more of a
bucket.
gamble.
Huh?
I said I vote reroll, but I think that's more of a gamble. I hate
It
to
is
get to
more of
use
a
this
gamble.
so early on. These are so hard to get.
Yeah, people are saying reroll.
What about 10,000 initiative, Scott? Can we barter?
Okay. Fine. We'll do the reroll.
Okay.
You
get to reroll
Stago,
the
what I
luck die
want
as
to
well.
do is nothing. I hate everything.
You get to
I mean, it's up
reroll
to
the
you,
luck
man.
die as well, but you don't have to reroll the luck die. You can choose after your result whether or not you want to keep the luck die or roll it.
Yeah, let me see what I get. Where'd this go?
That is
Oh,
much
That's
better.
a lot. That's a lot better.
Okay,
That's
so
a 20
so
that's
that's
a
already
25.
25.
27. It's a 20. If I keep the luck, it's a 27.
That is a 27 right
It's
now.
25 without luck being used,
Yeah.
right? Because you have a plus 3. So you can take the 27 or you can try for a 29.
Um, 25 is great, so I'm at a minimum of 26.
If
It's
you
probably
want-
worth re-rolling it. It's probably
Okay,
worth it.
let me
Let me just
give
roll
you
a
a luck.
d4.
Let me give you a luck
Okay.
for you to roll it. Now you can go ahead and click it.
All right.
All right.
28.
This across the board was a W for you. That is awesome.
I can breathe again. Jesus.
The DC was a 13.
Right.
So, first of all, the name that he had told you, Keys to the Mole Empire, you know that name. You know that name. Except, oh boy, I don't know if you want to tell him this or not. But where did he say his family is from? What line is he from?
Muharib.
Yeah, except the Keys to the Mole Empire is also known as the Legacy of Sov. The Legacy of Sov Sov, sorry. The Legacy of Sov is from the House of Sov. It was a different, like, loyal royal house, not royal, but noble house in the Mole Empire. Entirely unassociated with the Muharib. Entirely unassociated with them. That's like a different family line. To say this is an heirloom that belongs to me from my family means that you're of a different family than the one that you originally told us you were. So either he's wrong or he's wrong, because you're not going to be of two houses. You could argue maybe mom's one and dad's... No, you're from one house. And so he's either wrong, or he's double wrong. But you can't be double correct, you know? So, but the fact that he even thought that this would belong to a different house that he was a part of means he doesn't even know what this is. The true significance of this. This is known as the Ring of Sov, as I said. It's an old legend. One of the legends that you've heard about is it supposedly it lets you walk into any mole ruin like you built the place yourself. Like some people ruin. Some people rumor that sorry, where was I? Some people rumor that when you wear the ring, you don't just allowed to walk into the ruins. You can almost command the ruins. Like they listen to you as you give them commands. Now, you know that that's not the truth of the matter, at least not the deep, dusty tomes that you've looked into, the cross lore, the stories, the hidden truths between the lines of the different, plays or poems or what have you that you've read over the years or seen acted out. You understand that those are just the exaggerations that happen from morons over the years. The truth is, this is supposedly a type of key, if you will, that helps you to unlock things as you make your way through them. Specifically, it works better with the mole ruins, but it's supposed to be a key of sorts, almost like a skeleton key to a degree of sorts, if you will, for those that understand how to use it, that wear it. And so, it definitely has function, but not quite as extreme as maybe some of the rumors were saying. But that's not even the part that gets you excited, though clearly what you do as a living, that is exciting in and of itself.
Oh, yeah.
You also know that this is something that's actually very heavily sought after. Mikhail, have you ever heard of an organization known as the Syndicate? Why don't you go ahead and roll me a history check? Normal history.
All right, Jake, here's where we have to give up our hero points for him to learn about this. Scott, every
plus
session
16
one is
there.
like, what if I just get their hero points out now?
Much worse.
The answer is no. Like,
Yeah,
maybe
definitely
you've
not
heard
with
the
that
name
roll.
before, but it hasn't stuck with you. So we're going to
Yeah.
move past that. What you know is that this ring is so heavily sought after that it's believed, there's an old phrase, keys to the Mole Empire, find a king ransom, get murdered in your sleep. All in a day's work. Like, it's just one of those things where supposedly the rumors are anybody who's ever theoretically found this or had it discovered over like the generations of stories, anybody who's ever discovered it has mysteriously died in their sleep very shortly thereafter, or disappeared, or some such. And the ring is not seen or heard of again for a significant amount of time. But again, what is the actual truth of this ring? Who were the House of Sov? That's what your 27, 28 got you earlier. 28 got you earlier.
28, yeah.
The House of Sov was more than just another house. The House of Sov was seen as the how do you say it? They were the people that the house that kind of kept the Mole Empire running. They were the ones that effectively kind of kept the gears turning. With as the, like, you know, of course you're the emperor, theoretically ruled over the nation, so on and so forth. But the House of Sov are the ones that truly kept things running as well or as efficiently as they were meant to do. Give me 1 second here. So after the so it was noted that they didn't just keep the empire running. It was they didn't rule with swords. They ruled with access. Because the House of Sov, with your 28 total, you know, they weren't just the enforcers, if you will, or those that acted as like the guard or the order or whatever of the place. No, they were known actually specifically for being breeders of horses. Specifically, the horses that are well renowned from a deer, House of Sov were the ones that bred them, and bred them very well, that brought them up to the caliber that they are. You know, they weren't necessarily alchemists or anything like that, so who knows what other families got involved, but they were the ones that oversaw the horses at the state that they were when the empire fell, right? But that's what they were known for publicly. Secretly, they were also known to be the ones that were like, they got the information the emperor needed. They got to the places the emperor needed them to. They took care of the things that needed to be resolved, if you know what I mean. They didn't rule with swords. They ruled with access. That's what they were truly known for. But here's like the big chunk of information. When the empire fell, when it actually collapsed, when the last emperor died, it is rumored that it was the at the time leader of the House of Sov, who was known as the Regent of the Throne. The Regent of the Throne was the last bastion that was trying to hold the empire together. But supposedly, something happened to them, and they did not last very long. And as they disappeared, died, whatever, the rumor is that they went crazy. That they just went absolutely fucking nuts. And that, you know, somebody even close to them, somebody so close as their best friend or even their bodyguard, killed them just for the better of everybody around them because how crazy they went. You know, effectively the first victim of the curse of the Shattered Throne. That they went so crazy they were killed, and with their death, that spelled the true end of the Mole Empire. It died with the Emperor. It was clinging on with its nails being scraped down the side of a cliff by the Regent from the House of Sov. And with their death, it just completely collapsed. And then, you know, of course, the ages lasted afterwards. Welcome, Raiders! Dungeon Run. We're talking about dungeons right now. All right. I'm sure you have some questions to follow up on the details that you have. Go ahead and ask questions, and I'll see if I can answer them or if I have to say no.
First, how do you spell Sov?
SOVE.
Oh, God damn it. I didn't have the E at the end, so I gotta put an E on now. Either I'll do that later. Jeez. Okay, so I don't know anything about the Syndicate. Raider. And you said that so this house was the originator of the like Idirian steeds.
Correct, or at the very least the ones that oversaw them for theoretically centuries. You know.
Okay.
Oh, hi Raiders, I missed you. Oh.
Wade was not paying attention to us as we said hi to you.
Is
that Emerus? Is that Emerus? Oh my god, is that Emerus? I haven't seen Emerus in forever.
This is the true Emerus.
True one, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's the true Emerus. Is that the very Emrys that even played in the community campaign over on Daelric like 6 years ago? Because, like, the fuck is up, bro? Wow! How you doing? I haven't seen you in forever. I hope you're doing well. I'm going to ignore you now. Keegan, do you have any questions?
That's big info dump, so I'm still just like...
pledge.
Have a what?
Good luck, hot fingers?
What? How'd you know?
Go... Love... Something.
Okay.
What are
Good
you
luck, have fun.
talking
That
about?
makes more sense. You hover over their badges. They had a unique badge, and one of them says GLHF Pledge.
Oh.
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 Gaming with half...
No, forgot the L.
Gamer's life has fun.
Go lick Hawaiian fruit.
That's safe.
Girls like huge fannies.
All right.
Sure. So, have I heard anything about, or do I recall anything about the House of Sov in any of the other volumes that we've looked through? Like maybe it didn't stand out then, or like anything that might be connected to them.
Sorry, Sov and who?
To the House of Sov. Like when I've looked through the other volumes of the Mull Encyclopedia, has anything that seemed like it might be connected to them come up?
1 second. You did go through one of those. You have no, because you never once deciphered a green book.
Ah, we only have one.
Yep, and that is literally Emperor's Court.
Okay.
Anything else?
Just putting a note to go after that one next.
So what was the hidden information you found?
Well, he's holding a ring that supposedly is like of significance. There's rumors to what it is it can do, and whether or not it's magical or has power or any unique abilities. Who cares? The power of this ring, if it is with the ring that he believes it is that it is an heirloom piece to the regent or the leader of a whole house. It's like, I don't know, having a crown for the leader of a different house.
Yeah, and it's not what Curve Rock thinks it is either.
No, it's not at all a curve, which is significant in and of itself. It's almost like you're
What does
finding these
Kerberos
like
think?
significant artifacts from the Mole remnants.
He
What
thinks
was
it's
that? Yeah.
part of the Muharib, whereas it's not. It's the Solve or
House of
Sov.
Sov.
Okay.
Or Sov.
Yeah.
So he
I
thinks
get
it's
yeah.
from a completely different house.
Yeah, and then it's impossible for it to be both. It's
Okay.
yeah. Like, and apparently, everybody who had one of these and it was discovered disappeared or turned up dead.
Were there more than one of them, or was it this specific ring that they ended up dead?
I presume, based on what Scott was saying, there are multiple of these rings. They're just highly sought after.
I mean, this is supposedly there's only one of these rings, but you have another ring that looks very similar. Just didn't have this etching on the inside.
Hmm. Oh, so that might be a different.
3
house.
rings were given to the Muharib.
Okay, so this is the only ring connected to the House of Sov specifically.
Correct.
It should be.
Correct.
Oh. Okay.
Is the crown you got connected to the... Who's that connected to again?
You don't know.
I don't think we know, but I might be able to look now that I know that.
Wasn't that
difficult to see these
the,
etchings.
the
same people? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the
Wasn't
crown
it-
was
didn't we
Muharib.
find that
The
out?
crown was
so that's
Muharib.
theirs.
And this is the ring of
Yeah.
Sov.
You pull it out, you're like, no, this is Muharib.
Right, because we know that whole ruin was. Sheesh. Okay. Do I have any idea where this supposedly disappeared last? Where was it
Last
supposed to
disappeared?
Last seen? Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, that you don't. You have it a little bit twisted because it's disappeared and been refound so many times in rumors and stories and poems and whatnot. But again, it's important to note like the same story has been told like 15 different ways just in a local play. You know, so there's so many different ways to interpret it. You don't know what's legend and what's real. It's hard to know for when it's disappeared or come back. You have a pretty good, strong understanding with your high check and the information it gave you of what's legend and what's real for what the ring is or where it came from or whatever, but not necessarily where it disappeared and when and each time.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, because it could be like maybe in fact it was a dude named Wade, and he had the ring because he found it in his toilet and he put it on his finger and he's like, "Look at that, stinky finger, powerful ring. I'm happy." Doopy doopy doop, and then he got
Is it
stabbed.
meant for a finger?
So it does go on a finger. Is kind of what it sounds like you're saying.
Yes,
It's a finger
it's not
ring.
a ring that goes on any other
It's
phalange you might have.
Well, if it fits
Okay.
on a human finger and it was worn by a mole who's usually a little bit smaller, it's possible that it
Well,
had to
I
go
hope
on a
it's been
thicker
cleaned.
appendage.
I hope it's been cleaned.
Anyways,
Yeah, I can't think of any
but considering I
questions.
said he found it in a toilet, it makes sense. You'd be like, "Well, what did it fall off of?"
I mean, yeah. What the fuck? Yeah, I can't think of any other questions right now. I'm kind of still
No,
digesting.
you're fine.
This.
That's okay. Then the window for questions is closing. All right, so
that's
you look down at this and you realize this, and a couple of like you don't instantly have. It's not like you have like flashes. You know all this information. It's like it comes to you over the course of the next say hour or so of thinking about it, an evening or so of thinking about it. But you do know immediately that he is wrong about what house it's associated with. He thinks it's a family heirloom from his house. Supposedly it was handed to him by one of his relatives who's had it for God knows how many generations. It's been passed up, but he's had it for God knows how long he's had it. But if this is what you believe it is, you don't want anybody to know that you have it or where you got it from.
Nope.
So what do
We're
you
gonna
say?
go 2 more keeps, and Mikhail's gonna have a full grill, a scepter, the ring on, and the crown, just walking around the Chev.
Someone bonked
You've
Wade?
changed,
Molly?
Mikhail. Same. I'm perfectly the same. I'm only getting different. No, yeah. So he'll take it, and he says, "Wow, that's. Where did you? How long have you had this?"
This old thing?
Just
Maybe-
lingerie.
7, 12 years. The years blend together after a while.
Where did you get it?
He frowns. Family.
I see. Well, this is truly an honor. Thank you. I'll make sure it's put to good use. Is there anything I should know about it before I take it?
He nods. He says, "Well, being an heirloom of the Muharib, you know it's going to be reactive with creatures. So be careful with that."
Have you ever seen it react? Anything that's come through here?
I'm a councilman in the Chev. We don't see that kind of excitement. Not before the fires and not since. And hopefully we have the valiant few to make sure we don't see it again.
That you do. I'll make sure this isn't seen by anyone who... I'll keep it discreet. Thank you.
Nods.
Tucks it into his pocket. I'm assuming this is like at the end of that study session. You said it's gonna be like late at night and whatnot.
Yep.
Yeah, and he'll just see himself out.
Funny enough, That evening, Aldo once again sees the bird.
I'm gonna dress up as the Birdman.
Okay. Oh God, what is this
Fucking
campaign gonna turn
Spider-Man
into?
meme incoming.
Oh,
Spider-Man
no.
meme incoming.
Oh, that's way better than where I was going with it.
Oh God,
Yeah,
I don't. You know
you're
what?
supposed to go lay some eggs, if you know what I'm saying. Make a nest.
And rides Alcimia one time.
Huh.
Oh, that's what his fucking bird name is, Al.
Love and marriage.
I was thinking the same thing. I used to fucking love that show.
As did we all. Wait, actually, Aldo. I mean, Jake, did you ever watch the show? Married with Children.
Yeah, when I was very young.
Yeah, it was a
Same.
great show.
Mm.
It was like
I watched
Paul
it
Bundy
much
or
later,
whatever.
and it holds up. Yeah, it holds up.
Yeah, it's funny. Anyways, cool. I just love the fact that he was later on the guy in Modern Family.
hmm
How many books did you go through with what's his face with Curve Rock?
He understands all the orange books plus, which is
One
6,
red?
plus 1 red book.
That's a lot more impressive
So that was-
than one in like 15 days or whatever it was. 20 days.
Yeah, so it's a total of 7.
Correct.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Do I see the
Gold.
Birdman? Well, I'm the Birdman.
Oh, you dress as the Birdman? You actually don't.
Yeah, okay. Do I scare Kovrak or something at least?
You know what? As you're walking around as the Birdman, like, find this fuck him up. As you see that, obviously you look around the corner and you look over and you see Mikhail. Mikhail sees you as he's like holding this ring, distracted, like in his pocket, like precious. As he's walking, we're distracted by the ring, playing with it, in his hand or whatever. He just looks up, like, and sees you.
Yeah, he just
Right,
freezes.
it's at that point where Mikhail
Doesn't
doesn't
move.
seem to they're like close, and Aldo is dressed as the Birdman, just like gives him the nod and walks past him off into the
Mikhail just
darkness.
stays completely still, staring where he was. Doesn't even follow him with his eyes. Just waits for him to get completely out of his peripheral, and then we'll go straight home. Walks fast as fuck.
Birdman like
Eventually breaks
Trixie's.
into a run.
So you break into a sweat by the time you get back to your house.
Koa, the bird! I saw the bird guy. I saw him.
Ko
Where's
is
Aldo?
sleeping.
Aldo! He's like running over to bang on people's doors.
Dwayne gets up. Yeah.
I saw the fucking bird guy. I was walking back, and he didn't do anything. He just nodded at me. But where was he headed? I think he was headed towards Curve Rock. Koa,
Yes. I'll go investigate.
get Aldo up. I think the bird. I think Curve Rock might die.
Well, why would you have seen it?
I don't know, because I was close to where death was happening. Curve Rock's old. He's always close to death. But he clearly didn't want me. He was heading that way. We have to do something. Yeah, I think we have to do something.
This is supposed to be our month off, and yet I find myself needing a vacation after spending some time off in Leshev.
Storms upstairs, like grabbing like his daggers and other shit.
Sure.
Make our way over toward Curve Rock.
Okay. Without Aldo, with Dwayne.
I don't
Probably
wanna
honestly
disturb
doesn't
him.
even notice at this point.
Do I see the Birdman around Curve Rock's house?
I don't know. Does he see the Birdman around Rock's house, Aldo?
I don't know. Aldo probably goes up to Kovrak's house, looks through a couple of windows, see if he can see him, just stands there.
So you do go to Curve Rock's house?
Yeah, he goes to Kovrak's house.
Okay.
He definitely beats us there.
But
Curve Rock doesn't notice you. He's looking at the books. The 6 alchemy books laid out.
I'm just gonna watch Cobra for a minute.
He's looking at them. He picks up one book, looks down at the others, picks up, looks at it again. He shifts one of them and puts that one down. Like, so they changes like the order that they're in. Steps back, sees pondering, turns a page of one, turns 2 pages of another one. And he looks at them. He sits down, takes a sip of his alcohol, and then he starts trying to read through the books. Like, trying to read across them. Like almost like he thinks that there's a cipher within the cipher.
Alright. Try a different window. One that maybe has a different viewpoint.
You move over.
Revelation, there's possibly another cipher, and you're like, not what I'm here for.
I love the idea of like stands menacingly in one window. It's not the right one. Goes to another window, stands menacingly.
We're getting behind the scenes of what it's like to be Batman or Michael Myers, where they're like, come on, just fucking notice me. I've walked around this whole yard.
The one moment that they notice you is right when you're scratching your balls.
Yeah. I remember that Halloween movie.
Anyways, so eventually he looks up as he's taking a sip. He looks up and like, ah! It spills like liquor on himself and on the books.
As that happens and his attention is like taken off me as he sees me, I just slip away at that point.
Sure. Koa, perception check. You have vision at night. Eric's here. Hi, Eric. Okay. With your perception check, he doesn't even have to roll stealth. He passes.
You see, Mikhail, there's nothing here.
I promise you I saw him.
Well, then either he's already done what he needs to do, or else he's gone. You want to go disturb Curve Rock again?
I feel like we should check on him.
Well,
I guess.
you're his buddy now. I'll leave that to you.
Damn it. Go up to the door.
Yep.
Knock.
You hear like a cuss audibly through the door, through the walls. Comes over, whips the door open. He has a rag in one hand, and he smells of alcohol.
Evening, Councilman. Sorry to disturb you. I was just checking on you. I saw the Birdman.
His eyes widen.
Look, I know it's ridiculous, but the rumors they're not fake. You're not the only
Very
person
well,
I've heard
I
it from.
understand. You need safety. You may sleep in here tonight.
No, I was checking on you.
No, come on. No. Come on. I insist.
No, Councilman. I was making sure.
I insist. Do not be rude, Mikhail.
He looks over, hoping that Koa bails him out of this somehow. She knows he won't.
No,
Koa
Koa's
stealths
half-assedly
back.
keeping watch. Meanwhile, Trinity, for another night, is looking at the bed,
Councilman, I have other things to attend to, but are you all right?
There's only one way to be sure of it.
What? No, did you see him?
Yes, Mikhail.
Then I'm not done. He starts to leave. Koa, he saw him. He's out here.
Right.
Mikhail, I think it knows.
About... Damn it. I knew it was connected. Koa, we have to get rid of that thing.
I agree, he says. And he turns and he walks away. He leaves the door open in case you want to come in, but he turns and he walks away.
Oh.
But you're outside with Koa
the-
anyways. Go ahead.
I'll close the door.
Sure.
Yeah. Mikhail is determined to try to find the Birdman now.
Koa does a full sweep around the house.
Cool. ahead and roll a perception check. Cool. As look around the house, you do not find, Dwayne assists as well, you guys do not find the Birdman anywhere around the house. Birdman has completely left the premises, yes?
Can I roll survival to look for giant bird feet tracks?
Absolutely. You go right ahead. It's a really good roll. You do eventually find, when you find out, like, Curve Rock saw him, and he was in his, his front room there. Let me go check over there. You look over by the windows. He's like, where was Curve Rock when I heard him cuss. Sounded like he was over there, and that's where I left him, so he's probably in that room. So you go check over by the windows, and you do see prints on the ground. But the prints don't look like genuine. Like, at first, they look like bird prints. But then you realize that while there are bird prints there, like talons, if you will, that stick out from a central waypoint, that waypoint definitely has boot marks to it. Like footprints. Like, it's like a foot with like a cover over it, giving it some talons or whatever. So unless this creature has a weird shaped
No,
foot,
I've got an explanation.
not boot marks like treaded, right? It's more blended in than that, but definitely the shape of a foot with those. Go ahead, Wade.
Mikhail, has the Birdman mostly been seen at night?
I think so. Maybe? Probably.
Is it possible that this is a person who is a werebird? It looks like the talon is possibly exploded from a boot.
That would make it a Birdman. So yeah, it could be. You think they changed by like moonlight or starlight or something?
How do we become Scooby-Doo, man? How did this happen?
While you guys are standing having this conversation outside the window, you see Curve Rock grab several of the books off the shelf and then walk around the corner and toss them one at a time into the fireplace.
The books?
Yes,
I run back to the door.
it's open.
But, Councilman!
I see you
Rush
going.
inside.
Yep. You can see
What are you doing?
you can see that he has already thrown the alchemy books into the fire, and he's thrown a few more of them into the fire. He said, "It knows."
No, let me take them.
No, he
I
looks
can-
back and he says, "No, I don't know what that creature is, but it's here for the knowledge.
If it
Something's
lures
looking
them-
for it."
I need to lure him. Let's not lure him here. Let me take them. He's like panicked looking at
Yeah.
the fire.
He looks at you and he says, "This information cannot get out. We agreed to that. It's a full collection."
Let me bring him to me. That's how I can get rid of him. Fuck! I cast Mage Hand to try to pull one of the books out of the fire.
Sure, yeah. You absolutely can do that. There's no
The fire
resistance.
out?
Huh? Oh, not with mage hands, no.
But no, he's prestidigitation. You can just the fire,
That
right?
Prestigitation's too weak for a campfire. Yeah, that's actually a separate spell.
I don't know if there's like a spot I can set it down that won't catch fire though.
Yeah. Even if you just put it on a table, it's like the table immediately catches fire. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, you
So
pull
like,
it
as
up.
I'm talking, I'm doing that to try to save them, even though they're already probably on fire.
Feel free to make a diplomacy check to try to convince him.
Can you mend the books?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can.
Mending requires you
God.
to have most of the material there. So, if he's completely, it's not make whole, right? So if it's very fucking charred, then he might be missing some pages or something.
This is your chance to get all the encyclopedias. I'm just letting you know that.
Well, Koa
Yeah.
is going to follow you, but
Paul.
more slowly because he's looking as he comes in. Councilman, did you get a good look at this bird, man?
Are you happy with it? Okay. Don't forget, you also are there the +3, but
Oh shit! I forgot that was there.
Use it. Just use it.
I would have used it. I forgot it was there.
that
to be
gets you
honest.
to a 24.
Yeah.
So sorry, you were saying?
I come in there and Councilman, did you see this bird, man? Can you describe what you saw?
A massive bird, dark, very dark, long beak, feathers all over it.
Like, everyone but Koa has seen this, right? I've only seen Aldo wearing the goddamn costume, like,
Correct.
the first day. All this started in such a weird way. Have you ever heard of anything like this? Any bird creatures like
no,
this?
it started
wearing,
after we started studying these books.
it was wearing boots. It left boot
You
prints.
didn't see its feet, Koa.
I
It
understand.
was
but it's
outside
just-
my window, sorry. It was outside my window. It was watching me. It was watching. I felt something around, and then I saw it. I swear it went from one window to the next. It was watching me. It saw me trying to break the ciphers. It watched me. Mikhail, they need to be destroyed. All of them.
These books cannot be destroyed. They're too important. I will keep watch over your house all night. Let me find Aldo and let him know what's happened.
He shakes his head and says, keep watch over the house. It's going to come for the books. Whatever it is, whatever demon, whatever devil this is, it's going to take the knowledge. This knowledge is not for them.
I think that this is a person that perhaps turns into a bird at night, like a werebird. It has boots on, and it's only really been seen, I think, at night. If I can get Aldo out here and we can keep an eye out, there's no way we can't take care of a bird.
A werebird? What kind of
Yes.
preposterous thing is that? What is it, another
It's
curse? And then his
that's the-
eyes widen and he looks at Mikhail.
So it could be. Look, if it's after the knowledge, we use it as a lure. This is what we do. We get rid of the curses. We get rid of monsters.
It's been seen
Not to be
all over
hunted by
town.
this thing.
I don't think it's after these books. It's been seen all over the town.
Mikhail, have you ever seen this thing?
Yeah.
Oh. You can realize, like, what he say? A curse, you know, all that. He looked at you. Thought maybe the sickness turned you into it.
Yes, I saw it. That's why we came back here. It's not me. You don't... No. Look. Let us use these to lure it in, and we'll take care of it.
I need to speak to Aldo. Mikhail, stay here and keep an eye on things. No more burning books. Don't be obscene about this. We will take care of it. But I need to find Aldo, and we will return, and we will keep watch. If I have to hunt this thing all night, I will. But I will find it.
See if you can... just go get Aldo.
Is Dwayne still outside?
Yes.
Dwayne, keep an eye on the house. I'm going to go find Aldo.
Nods.
If you see any birdmen,
I'll shoot him.
could try diplomacy first, being as no one's been hurt yet.
He looks at you and says, if I see it, it's going to kill me. Or I'm going to die some way. I'm not going to go out
Everyone
without
has seen
fighting.
it, and no one is dead. Yet there's all this panic.
He opens his mouth. He closes it and says, I'm going to keep an eye out. And, he's definitely got a strong grip on his bow.
There were no birds. When we came back and the gnolls followed us, it was one thing, but birds?
What if they're related to gnolls?
That's a question for Mikhail. He knows weird shit like that.
No, birds can't be related to hyenas. He says to himself as you're walking away.
All right, I head back to the house.
Yep. I
Is
assume
Aldo
Aldo's there.
back at the house?
Yeah, look, Aldo did what he was supposed to do and then, walked around about and then went home.
Listen, I just want to point out that when Aldo's asleep, he wraps himself in feathers. And when he's awake, he wraps himself in feathers. That ride on Alsamia really did have an impact on him. Like when she snuggled with him and he was all snuggled under her, breasts there, feathery, supple. He was like,
I can't
I
believe
don't know what
another
fan
Aldo
you're
prank.
trying to inspire there, Scott, but
Any Aldo prank somehow turns into World War III.
Featheriness. Right? He's just like, yeah, I'll go spook the old man.
All of Leshev
And
begins
then
like
this.
turning into Florida and burning books to escape the Birdman.
anyway, when you get back there, Aldo's asleep. Like he stows
He
his
will wake
costume
you.
away.
Aldo!
What?
We need to talk, and we need to talk now.
Get out of my room.
I'm outside the door. He opens the door and comes in.
Get
Now I'm
out of
in
my
your room.
room.
Aldo, are you the Birdman?
What?
This whole thing started with you dressing up in your ridiculous thing, and now Curve Rock is burning his book collection of the encyclopedias
Sit up
because
straight. What?
he's burning the books to protect himself from the Birdman.
He's burning the books to protect himself from the Birdman?
That
Did the
sounds like
Birdman
the
come for
words
his
I
books?
just said. The books.
Oh my god.
Is
What are
the
we gonna do?
costume just on the floor?
No, he's got like a floorboard that like goes up and
Okay.
like has all his stuff stashed in there.
There's one feather sticking up between the boards, but that could have just come out of the bed.
Aldo, I have to stay up all night and keep watch at Curve Rock's house to make sure he's protected from a Birdman. And this Birdman is supposed to be now killed on sight, according to him. This Birdman
What?
that's never killed anyone. It's causing hysteria. It's
He's
getting out
lost
of
his
hand.
mind. Did you see it?
Aldo, are you the Birdman?
Not unlike me, with a straight face, Aldo looks you directly in the eyes and says, "I'm not the Birdman."
Bluff versus sense motive. Oh, I wonder who's
I
gonna
believe
win
you.
this.
No,
You don't even have to roll. You pass.
I'm
he
not.
can't
I'm not
keep
wrong.
getting away with this. But he kind of can.
Well, in that case, I need you to stay up all night and keep watch. I can't keep watch all night, and nor can I cover every part of the house. But we cannot allow him to burn a complete set of the encyclopedia.
Yeah, that's insane. Why does he think the Birdman's after books?
Because all of the rumors of the Birdman started appearing and coming out after they started unlocking the books together. Even though Mikhail's been doing this for months and months and months now, because Curve Rock, I guess, gives himself some self-import, him looking into the books has caused the curse to become real and affect Leshev or something. I don't know.
That's insane.
I thought it was insane that I was picking up carpentry. It's very insane that now a Birdman that has never harmed anyone is haunting everyone in Leshev and people are in a panic. Dwayne's ready to shoot on sight.
I've
Curve
seen the
Rock's ready to burn
Birdman
his
twice
house down.
today. He didn't do anything. He just was walking around.
He was just putting on his costume. In my mirror, right
happened?
there.
What happened to what you wore when Mikhail was sick? Did someone steal it? Are they pranking us?
What? That was just to stop getting sick.
I understood the mask, but the feathers? The wings?
I don't know what you're talking about, Cora. I only had the mask.
Perhaps I'm not sleeping well. I thought I was.
You've been up so late doing carpentry. You need to give it a rest, okay?
Well, not tonight. Tonight I get to keep watch at Curve Rock's house all night. If I make a wrong step while sleeping, I'm going to pierce myself on an arrow or a twisted piece of metal.
Well, you know, at least this might buy some goodwill, I guess, protecting Curve Rock.
He was already a little off his rocker. Now he's trying to burn his own collection. Aldo, this...
Oh, no. I hope he doesn't get impeached. Is that a thing? Is that a thing here?
for destroying his own books?
No, for being crazy.
I don't know. Mikhail's freaked out about the bird. Curve freaked out about the bird. Apparently Mikhail saw it on the way home.
How much sleep has everyone been getting?
I'd be getting more if I wasn't woken up every night being talk about a bird man.
Well, like I said, in fairness, you're up late anyway, so.
I'm up early. I'm up as late as I need to be. Anyway, I'm not doing this alone. You're on watch duty with me. We're going to have to watch both sides of that.
Should I watch the house? Mikhail reckons the Birdman's been in our house. Should I just take watch here?
Let me guess. From this room, in this bed, while I'm standing outside of Curverock's house.
He smiles and he goes, "Want to jump in next to me for a minute? It's a pretty good bed."
I've jumped plenty, and I would love to.
I knew it!
That's neither here nor there. The Birdman is the focus right now.
Yeah, well, that's.
What do you know about it? It had.
I don't know. I've
boots.
seen it. It had boots.
I found its footprints. They're talon marks, but the main weight comes down on a boot. I'm thinking maybe it's a werebird.
Is that a thing?
No idea. But I'm not sleeping tonight, and I have to operate under some theory of something I can possibly swing my sword at because I'm quite tired and pissed off. And now I've got to stand outside of Kervrok's house, who, by the way, in the month and a half we've been here, has not invited me personally back over one time. But you two have made your jolly trips over.
They're not jolly, Koa.
I could have
would
used his help on
gladly
this
change
bridge.
places with you.
I've talked to so many people about this bridge. Having Kervrok support would have made it a little bit easier, but here we are.
Yes, well, so what do you want me to do?
Grab a bow or a stick or a salmon, something a bird will either be drawn to or be afraid of. Mikhail wants to lure it in. I don't want to hurt the thing. And it hasn't hurt anybody, right? Like, no one's been reported hurt by bird attack. But Dwayne's ready to shoot the thing on sight, as Kervrok would probably order it to be, but I don't know. We cannot allow the encyclopedia to be burned. If that means losing a night's sleep, so be it.
All right, well, I guess we better head over there.
You've seen the thing twice today.
I have.
I don't know what that means. All right. At least it's warmer than the last time I had to stand outside all night here.
Yeah, I remember that. Well, it's a hunting birdman then?
I would like to not hurt it, in case it's just a bird, man. Maybe just want some seeds or something.
All right, I'll try and find some seeds. And would you say a salmon?
I don't know. I'm not an expert on birds. What birds? From its description, it would definitely want salmon.
All right, I'll see what I can get.
This is the stuff we roll 20.
Actually, I think I am an expert on birds. From the description, this is clearly.
I don't know.
Hi, Blackwater D&D. We played a serious campaign once. Now we're the Scooby-Doo gang chasing our own character's fake Birdman costume.
Yep.
We wait a week for this.
Important books that you guys need to decipher for ancient
Are
lore.
now being lit on fire because
being
one
lit
of
on
us decided to become a furry.
You hear that? When you dress up as a furry, you lose lore. That's how it goes.
It's actually pretty funny.
It's fucking hilarious.
But my character's frustrated because he's losing sleep. He wants to be making chairs or love to his fiance, but here we are instead standing outside of a cranky old man's house looking for birds.
No, Blackwater, this is what the campaign is. When furniture shopping is so expensive, your party in an epic 6 campaign, which means you only are level to level 6, chooses to invest skill points into craft carpentry to save money. All right, let's get back to the game. So
Can we retitle this episode, please, to
I did.
Birdman?
I did.
Oh, good. Yes.
Well, it's Shallow Breaths and Bird Beaks. So
All right. Well, we're keeping watch outside of Kervrok's house all night.
okay.
Can I have repaired the books he tried to burn?
So not all of them and not completely. Because like you noticed him throwing books in there, but that was after he'd already had the other 6 in there for some amount of time. And he grabbed a bunch and he's tossing one in and tossed it, and then you saw him. And you run around and you're arguing with him, and you start pulling them out. But at that point, like the first of the 6, the second of the 6 already would have been in the fire, right?
Did he save the orange book we didn't have?
Unfortunately, no.
How do
The
you know?
orange
You roll
books
for
got it the worst. The other ones he was able to save completely. The non-orange, he's able to save completely. And they might be charring on him or whatever because he can mend them. But mend them doesn't make them, like, it might still be missing some parts here, whatever it is. It could still be messed up. It's just mended. It's functional, so on and so forth. It's a 0 level spell, so it's functional. However, for the books that are completely charred, again, if you have the spell Make Whole, it's like Edward Elric, putting the library back together, but without Make
I
Whole.
will never have that spell. It's on
Yeah,
my list.
exactly. So without Make Whole, to take all of the ash and bring it back together, that's not how mending works. It doesn't.
I'll scoop the fucking ash out with my hands.
But that's not how mending works, though. Mending takes the broken binding and remends it, or torn pages and reconnects them. Stuff
Says
like
it
that. It
restores
doesn't.
hit points.
Yes, it restores hit
What
points.
it
Yes.
says.
But it doesn't take something that's entirely annihilated and bring it back. It's a 0 level spell, not the second level
Were
spell.
all of the orange books completely ruined then?
Injured, yes. Completely ruins now.
So which one was the one that we were missing? 'Cause we
28.
have. So it's 28 was the one I don't actually have.
Yes, that was that was like the second or third one to be thrown into the fire. And so like the first,
I think
2,
you should
3
roll
are
to see what order it
destroyed.
was thrown in to see if we salvage it.
Give me a
so
chance.
the first one's in there.
Oh, come on. How much of it can I salvage?
Of the first 2-3 books, nothing. Of the other 3 orange books, they can be salvaged,
Those.
but
That
yours are in
moment,
better
a joke
condition.
in the party turns into Scott fucking us again.
Yeah, I don't need the other ones. Like we have those.
Yeah,
I
I
just need
understand.
28.
This is
Aldo's gonna have to go from Birdman to Harvey Birdman, because that's the switch that's gonna have to happen here to not get screwed
man at
over.
law. Listen,
Right?
Yep.
listen. I'm sorry for the malfeasance. You know what I mean? But sometimes bad things happen. So
Well, at least you already did those books, right?
yes,
I mean,
actually,
I learned them. We just don't have it.
But you did break the cipher, so as soon as you get the book, you do have the cipher broken, which is great news.
Yeah. I'm looking at our options here. Hold on. I don't
All
think
right.
any of these things have. Ooh, what-
All right. Well, does the Birdman turn up?
I bought deleted your message, Jake. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Too many symbols.
Yep.
Okay. So the Birdman does not show up for the rest of the evening. Your character's just tired in the morning. And you're already planning on leaving, like hoping to leave soon. I guess you're not leaving this next day at least. But yeah, no Birdman.
I'm looking at Summon Monster 3 to see if any of these demons have make whole. They're all too weak.
We gave up fucking a month and a half of our time for this shit.
They're all too weak.
But
Oh,
at the
Lantern
end of the
Archon,
day,
those are
he
dope.
did get a 25, I think, on his persuasion to calm the guy down. Or 24, 25, something like that, to calm him down. And so you were able to calm him down. He also doesn't sleep much that evening. But you're able to kind of like talk him off the ledge or whatever it is with it. And it's decided that there is going to be a town-wide hunt for this Birdman. You were able to talk him off the ledge of
Took me a month to get
of
him
a-
to build a bridge and the fucking one night to hunt a Birdman. I hate this town.
Well, doesn't that have to go before the council for that? Isn't there got to be many meetings and
So
such?
you are absolutely correct. That's what's supposed to happen. Instead, he goes to Tyreek, and he's like, "This Birdman has become a problem." And Tyreek's like, "There's lots of sightings of it." He's like, "It invaded my home and attacked me." He's like, "Oh, yes." So there needs to be a hunt for it. Well, if the councilman's life is in danger, absolutely, that kind of a thing. So they're gonna, but again, not a hunt
Why are
to
you
kill,
doing-
a hunt to capture.
Dude, I'm gonna have to spread competing rumors now. You've started something. Now I'm gonna have to spread rumors that the bird is a do-gooder and appears to do good. He's there to help people.
So he was like,
Scott,
if the bird
freaking
shows up
hell.
and kills you. No, it's not. Last time I saw the bird, I found 15 gold.
You got this amazing power to start ruining Beltran's name, and instead we're using all of your newfound power to spread rumors about a Birdman that was just you and a plague doctor, man.
Eventually, Shep
Listen,
just
I'm
turns
not
into,
going
the
to
fucking
spread
Thunderdome.
those rumors.
Like they're
but
just
I-
they're,
you
they're
know.
just like Mad Max murdering each other and drinking milk from Mama because of all the rumors here. And then he's like, "My powers are complete. Beltran is next. Beltran has a small nose." It's like,
We don't actually use rumor monger though to spread competing rumors.
So, either way,
Oh my god! Stop! You're gonna have to continue before I start spreading rumors that Kerberock is Birdman.
Oh God.
I'm okay.
I'm gonna do it. No, I'm not. I have to stop. Please, somebody stop. You need to move on before I will start doing it.
I can't move us on. I gotta wait for Scott. He sucks. So we're stuck.
I just spat up water all over my fucking lap.
Keegan, that's me early, but water on my nose.
Something.
Oh god, I can't breathe. Okay.
You are the definition of with great power comes great responsibility, Jake.
No, with great power comes great chaos.
What is that? What if I tear up one of
If
the
I
other
get a
books?
temporary hero point, I might do it.
I'm telling you, Steve has his hands so far up your ass, he's playing you like a fucking puppet, okay? What's that stupid puppet in Bluey?
He's not
What's it
far
called?
away.
What's it called? It's Unicourse. Steve is unicorsing you.
What'd you guys do in your 8-hour
Ah.
D&D session? We read books, I built a chest, and we started rumors about a Birdman.
Ah.
How long did it take?
Can I
you?
just tear up another
6
book
months?
and then use it to repair the fucked up one? We don't need all these.
Yes, you can tear pages off of the wrong book and mend them to the right book. So
It has the right
wrong
components. It
pages
has
on
ink. It has fucking wood pulp.
I'm sorry, are we doing equivalent exchange now?
You were the one who made the Full Metal Alchemist comparison. Okay.
All right. Oy vey. The funny part is my session was not meant to end it. Like, I expected you guys to leave Leshev very early. This is hilarious. Okay.
I didn't expect the one fucking alchemy book we need to be burned.
I know.
Literally
Like,
one out of the set. Okay.
Yeah, he rolled for it, just like with Phil. Where's justice for book 28?
Chat, was this you or is this just Scott's bullshit? Did one of you drop something? Did we get cursed? I feel like this is just Scott. I'll believe you if you tell me.
I mean, Snaga did say not me directly responsible, which was very much like, yeah, I did it.
Oh yeah, that's just telling yourself. All right.
Okay. So,
What's the story? We don't know. I think I'm Fred, Aldo's old man Jenkins, I guess, who we pulled the mask off of. Which makes Keegan fucking, I don't know, Scooby-Doo.
I fucking guess, dog. Like,
all right,
You're the
back
one
to the
seeing
game.
things are being freaked out, so it's gotta be, right?
So
a town white manhunt or bird hunt or man bird hunt.
the guards are going to be sent to go look for Birdman or whatever it is. After the counselor was attacked in his home, supposedly spreading his own lies and rumors like he always does. Going on over there, but what was I going to say?
I don't know, why don't you remember your fucking grandpa?
I'm sorry, it's so stupid this going on. It's hard for me to
So
remember
tired
things.
of fucking us over, you forgot what you were gonna say?
I didn't fuck anybody.
Get off your goddamn high chair, get off your stroller, come back to the campaign and lead us.
But I'm not in a high chair.
No.
I'm just in a
God damn it.
chair.
You're welcome, Zero. I think somewhere in there I was mean. I don't know.
Oh, Keegan, I'm waiting on you now.
All right, look, Scott, I was going to make a joke about how your back's up against the curb and how you fight so well from that position, but instead, I'm going to say that I have nothing bad to say about your hairline.
That's not a nice thing. My hairline is not changed. Check the 8-year-old video.
You're
That's one
correct.
of the nicer
You are
things you
correct.
can say to a bottom.
No, you're right. I agree. It looks the same. I don't even need to check. I'll just believe you.
Keegan, I have a hairline.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Hey, I'm doing a
What?
full Scott cosplay today.
I did this on purpose, bro. Like, what are
You're not
don't
wearing
need to
a
watch
hoodie.
Frozen to learn to let it go. Like, shit's gone.
So, rumor thing, lie, or extend truth, whatever. It's a hunt for bird person. You guys saved some of the books. Some got destroyed. He's pissed. That was his collection. In his moment of panic, he kind of saw stupidity. He was tired. He was drinking, and then saw a bird person, and he made a stupid decision to destroy some of the books. And now he's furious because having a collection of books in that good of a condition, each one of those books is worth what, like 30, 40 gold pieces, something like that. And he just burned them, and he's furious. But he does appreciate the fact that you saved, that you stopped him from burning more books. So instead of paying you the 35 gold pieces that he gave you, he told you he's going to spend that money to start trying to recollect his. I'm just kidding. He gives you 40 gold pieces.
I was about to leave this call. I was about to leave the fucking call.
God's starting a new campaign next week, everyone.
So, guys,
some new dumb fucking gullible assholes who's gonna fall for this bullshit.
Go back and look at Wade's, clip that for Wade's expression. He's like, anyways,
you do not need. I don't need to see it. I know exactly what face I made.
He ends up giving you 40 gold instead of the 35, as like a thank you for stopping him from making an even more foolish decision than the one that was already made.
Great. Now we can buy one page of one of the 10 burnt tomes.
Or a shitty version of the lost book.
So great.
There you go. Either way, so he ends up paying you that for the work that was done. And yeah, I think that's everything pertaining to that. The only thing stopping you from leaving the town right now, so everything's so off kilter at the moment. And the only thing that's stopping you guys from leaving the town right now is the fact you haven't spoken to Leon, who has come back at one point in time, and clearly would have spoken to him, but we didn't want to interrupt the riveting flow that was transpiring.
I had 2 weeks
before.
to build another chair, by the way.
Yeah, sure. Let's go over quality of chair. Let's actually handle that super fast. And then we'll move back to the other.
I'm starting to build us a dining room table set.
Sure. Then to get you your answer for the chair, do you know what quality it was you wanted? The lowest, the next. You're obviously not going to go for the highest.
How difficult would it be
one.
to make one? What would the same quality as the chest? Because I think we have decent furniture in the main floor.
Well, did you want to make a table?
I want to make a dining room set. I just figured I have to do that piece by piece. I don't know.
Sure. Did you want to do start at the table first or a chair first?
I figured with only 2 weeks, I might not have time for a table, but
sure. So the table, is it meant to be 4 people or 8?
Probably 8, because I imagine we host enough.
Sure. Yeah. You have a noble's home, so you have the room for it. So again, there's like 4. There's the crude commoner version. There's like the modest settler version. There's like the fine.
This would be tier 3 again.
So tier 3. So an 8-person. So there's a huge jump. An 8-person tier 3 table is 20 gold, whereas the level 2 is 5. It's a huge jump.
5 is a lot more reasonable for me to have time to make.
And of course, the DC for something like that is only going to be a 10, 12. It's a 10 it would be for that.
Yeah, he's still early enough in his practice. Let's go for that. Keep
Sure.
a special
So it's a
thing
DC
for
10.
here.
You go ahead and so Wade, before you roll, you know that the way it works is your result times the DC, which is 10, is how many copper pieces you accomplish at the end of the week. One of the things you can choose to do is increase that DC by 10. It's not a number of your choice. It's increase it by 10. And so it's harder to pass, but if you pass, oh boy, you do a lot more progress. Your choice.
I'm just going to go for the 10, because with a +5, I'm already having to...
Okay, sure.
Rolling a 15 plus is asking a lot.
Okay, what do you... Go ahead and roll.
Okay. This is 1.25 gold pieces. That's a quarter of 5, right? Is it a third or a quarter?
It's a third, so it's actually just under 2.
1.75-ish?
What? I meant to say 1.7, not 2.7, sorry.
Okay.
I don't know, I can do the math for you. Hold on. 5 divided by 3 equals... I have no idea how that happened. I said 5 divided by 3 equals 1.66.
Okay.
I think I said 1.7, so 1.666666. Oh my god, you got the 20. That's hilarious. You should have done it. All right. So out of the 500 that you need to pass, you successfully did 200.
Okay, is that for the first week?
Correct. Oh my god. 22 times 10 is another 220. You've done 420, Heyo, out of the 500 you need to successfully do this. You can now break it down day by day because the weeks are up, but you guys are now, I don't know how much time you're spending birding, but you can do one, you know. Oh my
Damn.
god, you should have done the other thing. So
Clearly.
20 times 10 is 200 divided by 10 is 20. You're at 440. Day 2. Oh, you fail and you don't
That's by-
lose any ingredients.
Yeah,
I
by
can't
only
for a
4.
10.
Day 3.
Jeez.
You're at 460. You should have just done the whole goddamn week, huh?
I guess so. That's
you're
still a
at-
pass, though. Yeah.
471. And I think that finishes it. 471, 485. Close enough. It's been another whole week. Had you done a week, you would have passed it anyways. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you did one more day, that's another whole week. So that assumes your character's there for like an additional whole week for you to finish. But you do, you can go ahead and roll if you want, Wade. But you do, you're able to complete that table. And this is like a proper table. It took you, I think that's a total of 3 weeks for you to finish it. And it comes out like it's good. Like this is a brand new table. It's worth 5 gold pieces. You only spent one gold and like, 6, 7 silver on it. And to get good quality materials. You end up burning through some of those materials or whatever it is, but it's like a proper nice table that can seat 8 people comfortably. 6 on either side, 1 on each end, which is amazing. Wade, you might want to write this down. You're likely going to want to do 6 basic chairs and 2 captain's chairs to complete this. And if you're going to go for the same quality, basic chairs are only a gold each. Of the same quality as the table, if you're not jumping up in quality.
Okay, 2 captain's chairs, 6 basic chairs.
Yep, basic chairs are 1 gold each, and captain's chairs are 2 gold each for purchase value. Obviously, you're paying a third of that for building. But that's going to be something you can do later on.
And the captains are 2 gold.
Correct. Again, not what you pay.
Okay, got it, Mark.
Cool. Now let's get back to the game. All right. You went and visited when Leon finally came back. He went and would have spoken with you guys. Not the same day. You guys would have been excited to see him, but he probably would have taken a couple days. When you're like, I'm going to take a few days to settle in. The trek is not easy nowadays. He says, and just takes like a couple days to relax in the Chev before he finally meets with you. Before speaking with the council. And he comes and he says, oh, actually, let me just check something before I say that. In case you want to RP with each other at all first. Just give me a second to check something.
Do you guys like the table?
Yeah, it's nice.
It's
Very nice.
It's good to have a table. Well,
I imagine it's before we're actually leaving, so
Yeah.
just a bit more to polish it up, but I think it turned out pretty nice. Not exactly as mind-blowing as the chest, but with the time we had and my experience, I figured I'd start a little bit less crazy.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting good at this. It's-
yeah.
Oh, put your mind to something, you should be good at it. Otherwise, you're not putting enough of yourself into it, right?
yeah, you're not wrong there.
We have spent a lot of time here.
Yeah,
Too long.
Birdman situation kind of changed things.
2 keeps in a row that we've come back to Leshev and possibly brought something back.
Yeah. I mean, this time it didn't actually hurt anyone.
That we know of, but yes.
I can't believe it cost us a tome. I mean, I know it wasn't actually ours, but damn.
So you still have all of ours?
Yeah, I didn't leave any there.
Yeah, okay.
We're just one short of the full set of the orange.
So
Those
you
are the alchemy
decoded
ones.
it. Did you learn like the secret behind it?
I didn't have a chance to study it, just got it deciphered.
I see.
So we
Yeah.
have to find that tome before you could possibly know if there's anything among the 6 that could help Guinevere.
I can look through what I've got, but I'm sure there's another. Well, I shouldn't say I'm sure. I wouldn't be surprised if there's another layer to the message when you have the complete set deciphered.
I need to tell you two something in complete 100% confidence. I would rather you stab me in the back and slit my throat than share what I'm about to tell you with anyone.
Are you the Birdman? Oh,
No. I'm not
Okay.
the Birdman. Not that I know of, anyway. I guess I'm the only one who hasn't really seen the Birdman, but... Anyway, it's about Guinevere.
oh.
If you're going to look through these books to find a cure for her ailment, this is not something she even wanted to share with me, and I feel like I'm betraying a part of our trust by telling you, but in order to help her, I might have to. I believe her father, some kind of combination of magic, alchemy, whatever it was, experimented on her, among others, and caused the ailment. It
What?
wasn't something that she just caught or was cursed with. I believe it was a result. Scott, am I remembering that right? This was a long time ago.
Her own father?
This dies with us. Because she does not want that to come out. For whatever reason.
Right.
But yes. Whatever we're trying to cure, it was something created.
Right.
Which is
That's...
why I was hoping perhaps alchemy was the way. But I do not know if it was more alchemy or magic or combination. I don't understand all these things. She was young, and I'm not sure if she even understands what happened.
This was...
I
So that
forget
means
the
it had to have
country.
been in a Malta, right?
Is it a Malta? She's from a Malta?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. She wanted to contribute to... they have this big ice thing that they all... Anyway, her heritage, her culture is important to her, but she feels as though she's let everyone down because she's unable to contribute with what her father had done to her.
Right.
I
Wow.
hope you do find something, Mikhail. Koa, this will never leave my lips. Thank you for confiding in us.
Yeah, I'll do whatever I can.
I have to constantly weigh things sometimes. I'm sure we all do. Each of us has things we have to weigh. The benefit of us knowing what we're looking for to help her, I feel like outweighs keeping a secret like that. But I cannot let it go further than this.
Of course.
Understandably.
No, you're... I understand. You're a good man, Koa.
I fear that if I don't find some way of helping her, another temptation like the ooze comes along. She was mortified by learning what it really was, but her desire to get rid of this ailment, I feel, and fear might overcome her senses. She is very driven to take care of this.
Okay. Then we need... Well, we probably need volume 28. But, look, I can take a bit of a break from trying to crack the new ciphers and maybe spend some time going through these volumes and seeing if I can find something. in the hidden knowledge?
Whatever may help more. If the Elder could perhaps even help us with the magic he has, maybe he has a way of helping her. But I'm trying also to stay on task. I fear that my priorities are becoming compromised. Whereas I'm thinking of ways to help her more than I'm thinking of ways to break this curse or continue with what we must do. So I may need you to set me straight in certain points.
It comes to it. I don't blame you, nor do I feel the need to correct you on your priorities, though.
She's a good person, and obviously my fiance, but she's also been a valuable ally. She's helped us with our own needs, with Casper, with so on and so forth. And if she could reclaim her magic, think about what she might be able to do with that as well. I mean, we may need her for these keeps. I'm trying to keep that focus without thinking of just my own selfish desires to help someone I care about, but it all blurs together. It becomes confusing in my mind as to where the responsible side ends and where my selfishness begins. It's difficult.
Yeah, it would be.
The mole have accomplished wild things, insane things, and if we now possess the knowledge of all of their alchemical secrets, then with what they've done, there has to be some kind of lead in there.
Might be. And I can show these to her when we're back as well. Again, it's not the complete set, but it's really close. Really
I
close.
told her the last time I betrayed her confidence and had told you about her ailment. I will have to tell her that I've betrayed her once more to try to save her, and hopefully she can forgive me for that.
You think that's the right thing to do?
I do. Better than keeping it from her and it coming out later. I'd rather be the one to tell her.
Yeah, probably for the best.
I'd rather face
Sheesh.
another night of those creatures than her.
I could have used a friend like you before I left home.
Touche.
Oh. We're here now, and hunting birdmen and breaking curses, and now trying to save my fiance from herself, the mistakes and cruelty of her father, and whatever this is. We have a lot of things on our plates, but we have a table.
It's a nice table.
It's all right. We can be honest. A decent table.
Could bring my chair from upstairs down here now. That'd be kind of nice to be able to not be in my room.
All of this takes longer. I have much more respect for the carpenters. Now that I've seen how long it takes to actually do this. There is good money to be made in it, but it's not like you can just have a dining room and chairs, table all done within a day. The fine-tuned piecing and sanding and ornate designs and other pieces of things you need, it gets so complex.
Yeah, it's always how it is when you create something, especially when you care about it. It's like writing a song or making a painting.
Anyway, I just wanted to make sure that you understood my interest in this alchemical stuff and why I keep pushing for it.
Yeah, thanks for confiding in us. Shit.
Well, back to it, him.
Yeah. I think I need to write another letter too. Oh, gods, that stupid Birdman stuff made me forget. Curvrot gave me something.
Herpes.
He pulls out the ring. you fucking weirdo. And
A cock ring.
well, shows it the this is that ring I found in the wine cellar.
It's funny.
So don't-
Actually, where are you guys when you're having this conversation? Sorry.
Probably our
assume
house.
in the
I'm
house,
showing them the
yeah.
table.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Keep going. You're sorry. Keep
Okay.
going.
So it was in the wine cellar when I went down there before. I decided not to grab it just because I didn't want to blow our whole operation right then, but when we finished deciphering as many volumes as we did, 7 total he learned about, he gave this to me. He's mistaken about what it is, though, and I didn't correct him. He thinks it's a Muharib relic, like an heirloom, a
Okay.
ring of that people, but it's not. It's from the House of Sov, or Sav.
Oh, the House of Sov.
I'll
Aldo.
explain.
Before he even gets to be sarcastic, you say that he just turns his attention back.
I'll explain. To try to put it very lightly, the House of Sav was the sort of last bastion of the Mole Empire when it was falling. Only when it went down did the Mole Empire truly destroyed. I'm pretty sure its leader you can maybe call the first victim of the Curse of the Shattered Throne. Supposedly they went mad near the end. They were put down by maybe some of their subjects or peers for the good of others, but it spelled the end of the Empire. The thing is, with
Okay.
these rings, I think only one exists per house. So
Each
this
house
would be
had
the
a
only
ring?
one.
To be
Yeah, I
clear,
think so.
Not just rings, but
Mhm.
there's one like leader of house icon.
Like
So-
heirloom. Okay.
Yeah. So ring here, or like the leader ring here, but then his crown was Moharib. Continue. Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, I said rings. I should say like an icon or an heirloom. This one's a ring. The Muharib, that crown we found, may have been theirs. Other houses would have something else potentially. It could be a necklace, a circlet.
So wait, was there
who-
like
who
one
knows?
house per one of these keeps? So you're saying there were 7 houses and perhaps each keep contains an heirloom?
Do I know how many houses there were?
You unfortunately don't. You don't have that. But you know what'll help you?
Hmm.
Green books.
Green Book, yeah. See, I'm not sure. The Green Book would shed some light on that. That's the one that's about the Emperor's court. That'll tell me quite a bit more about the politics, the nobility, all of that. So it could be.
Have
but,
you done your magic on this to see what this ring can do, like you figured out for the crown?
Not yet, no. We only have one more resource for that, too.
That's fair. We still have some other things we need to figure out from the last one, right? That you didn't solve.
That's true. I could take another look at that circlet. I already know what the aura was.
I would focus on the ring. If it gives off an aura like you said the crown did, then it would be. And if this is what you think it is,
Well, yeah. And supposedly, with these types of things, anyone who had them didn't get to stick around very long. I think it may have had something to do with this syndicate or something, but I don't really know what that is, other than that it's a very shadowy name. So
when we took that
take
crown
with a
off,
grain
our
of
heads
salt.
ached like no other, right?
Yes.
And you said the leaders of each house wore these things. These were theirs.
They belonged to them. I assume they wore them.
And the leaders went crazy and couldn't hold power, and that's the curse that's still here today. Do you think these could be part of the origin of the curse? They're powerful, great artifacts, but perhaps they have that seed of terribleness to them that's corrupted the leaders themselves? Perhaps wearing these could be dangerous, Mikhail.
I mean, that wouldn't be surprising. We're in the realm of great speculation, but if there is a drawback to removing them, and there were many items, especially if they're all different. I can imagine there being a pretty severe drawback if you were to wear several and then them all be removed.
Just be careful that you don't put them on and become super corrupted or something.
Well, I haven't worn the ring, so
I don't know if this is
So-
obviously I don't know anything. I'm just guessing, but I mean it's a weird coincidence that all these powerful items existed and they were worn by the people that were the ones to be corrupted or to fall, or and then this whole cursed business. I don't know. Probably also very valuable. Yes, you said the crown was immeasurable. I imagine the ring would be as well.
Oh, yeah, I don't really want to go telling people we have this.
I'll also keep that secret.
So are you going to try and identify it then?
I think so. It's worth doing because what I've heard of this, I mean, it's called the Key to the Mole Empire, or one of the keys to the Mole Empire, and supposedly it allows you to exert some kind of influence over the ruins, like almost like you can command them. I don't have specifics on what that means. That's just what's been said. But if it means
Sounds
anything,
useful but dangerous.
Exactly. So, worth knowing what it can do. And honestly, even if we don't know for sure, could be worth trying in a pinch.
Okay.
Could be the most important thing we've ever found.
Could. And Curve Rock doesn't. I mean, he gave it to me. I guess he doesn't believe he's the best one to make use of it at this point. And he's right.
Harsh, but
He gave it to you though. That's crazy.
Only after we started unlocking all of this information.
This Birdman shows up. You're unlocking all these tones. And Curve Rock goes from not even wanting you around to you going to his house every day, working on these books. And then he starts burning his own books and giving you his heirlooms. There's a lot going on in the Chev that just is very odd.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes, there is. But anyway, this is a good find. Highly sought after. Makes me a little worried just carrying around, but I'd rather not leave it anywhere.
You said something about the ring, him being the first victim?
Yeah, the leader of the House of Sav.
What does that mean about the ring?
Oh,
I thought that was a victim of the curse.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't
supposedly.
think. I don't. Apparently, correct me if I'm wrong, Mikhail, but no one can hold power here or something singularly. Something about like that's the curse, right?
Yeah.
I doubt all these people had these items. I mean, look at the one that, look where that was.
Yeah.
makes you wonder what we've missed in the other places we've been, or what's been taken already.
Right. No, it's there's a lot of missing pieces still. Excuse me.
Between the Elder and these items, and I don't know. We're in very much over our heads. We always were, but it's becoming more and more apparent just how small we are in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
Someone made
Look at the impact we're having.
also dangerous.
Yeah.
Bumbling through the dark thinking that we're saving an entire nation, when in fact, we could just be pissing off all of the curses and making it worse. Until we break it, that is.
Yeah.
Well, Mikhail,
Suppose it's possible.
I think you should look at that ring. At least you know what you're carrying.
Yeah, I suppose we can give it a look.
And how are you going to do that?
1 second. Okay, I still have 3 potions that I failed also. Okay.
It's the circlet. Did we solve the other ring?
No.
No. No, I didn't get to that because I ended up focusing on the other stuff to make
That's
checks.
fair. Just makes you wonder if we have 2 rings, a crown, and a circlet. What? I mean, I guess the potions, obviously also matter, but
You know what the crown
Yeah.
does, obviously, but it is 2 rings and a circlet now.
well, right.
So
So
the
we have those artifacts in general. Go ahead.
so the circlet I already got. I did identify the aura. I just didn't. I didn't pass the spellcraft. So do I even need detect magic on it again? Can I just make another check since I leveled?
If you don't have spellcraft on you, if you don't have detect magic on you, you can't read it. Because you're like reading the auras as you identify it.
Okay. Does that just mean I get to skip the?
Because remember, it takes 3 rounds
Arcana
of
check?
detecting magic to identify something.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah,
that-
you don't have to roll to.
But I get to
detect its
skip the
auras,
Arcana
correct.
check,
Yeah,
right? Okay.
And how
So
are
it
you
does
casting
have to be in
detect
the
magic?
list. I have a potion.
Okay, cool. That gives you 3
Dust of
rounds
detect
are
magic
wasted
/
just
mage
trying
sight.
to see auras, right? So, which is fine.
Wait, do we have one of those things that duplicate this potion?
Mm-hmm. We have one more volumizer.
Might
We
not
have
be a
an
bad
enhancer.
idea.
I mean,
Yeah.
you're going to waste 3 rounds just getting the potion up to speed anyways. Round 1, you take presence. Round 2, you take how many presence? Round 3, you take the strength and location. And no, 1 is you detect, 2 is strength and location, 3 is now you can read them. That's just the
Yeah.
first 3 rounds, leaving you only 7 rounds left to theoretically only attempt 2 detections. But by doubling the potion, now you have, instead of 7 rounds, you have 17 rounds to detect. It's way better.
Mm.
If you fail one and you have extra rounds left, can you go back, or can you not do it again?
Technically, you can't do it again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Till that level or some situation changes effectively.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we have the volumizer, so I can get 2. We can turn it into 2. They just both have to get used. Within 24 hours. We have the enhancer, which will up the cash level by 5.
That's way other ones.
That is, yeah.
Because if you're dealing with a potion that
That's-
is like 1 hour per level, that's 5 more hours.
Yeah,
You
it's
know.
like that we don't need for this, and I
Yeah.
think that's in the vaporizer, which would just allow me to share it with you guys, which it's not really gonna help us in this particular case.
Nope.
Yeah, I can go with using the vaporizer on it. Or not the vaporizer, the volumizer on it. So we'll double it. Okay, and then what was the list? We have the circlet, we have the other ring, and we have this ring.
Mhm.
And then I have 3 potions. So
Let's start with circlet ring.
new ring. Yeah. So circlet, new ring, old ring, potions. Just putting
Well,
it in chat
Scott, I had a
so
question for you. Whenever I was looking through my notes, whenever we were looking at the bodies, one of the things you described on the bodies was an excavation kit. What exactly is an excavation kit? Is that for like digging, like archaeology type
Yeah.
stuff?
Yep.
Okay. 'Cause I didn't see that like under actual Pathfinder stuff when I was looking.
Nope. But it's like shovel, brushes, chisels, things
Okay.
like that.
Gotcha.
Little containers to house stuff, protect it. Oils, paper for imprinting, chalk. All the kind of stuff you'd imagine for excavating.
I used the scroll already. Okay. I just forgot to delete it. Yeah, that was confusing. Sorry, I'm just double checking, making sure I don't have anything else that
Good, sir.
gives me like a bonus or something to this. Headband won't do it. No, I think that's it. Yeah. Yep. Okay. So yeah, I'll use one of them, or I'll use the volumizer, and then I'll use one.
Okay.
Of
You drink it?
the Detect
You go through
Magics.
3 rounds. Which one are you looking at first?
So yeah, this order. So circlet first.
Okay, so the circlet, the weaker circlet. Cool.
Yeah.
You already passed the Arcana checks, whatever for that one. So you just gotta roll the identify, which I believe is spellcraft.
Yeah. I believe the order was abjuration, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Wait, abjuration. Now you got me questioning it.
I'm guessing. I'm not looking at the note right now. I can go find it.
Damn it. I actually have to look because I'm like, wait, what are you talking about?
If you want to send us your notes, Scott, we can look through it to help you find it.
No, you're good. Well, I know what it is top of my head. I just have to Google into Pathfinder. That's what it's called. So evocation. It had
This one's
evocation and transmutation.
This one did? Okay.
Yep. Okay. So your
yeah,
19 is pretty good. So this item does two different things. Thing number one, it actually allows you when you're wearing it, if you say the correct command word in tall, it actually radiates light as though the spell light. But, so it radiates light as a spell light coming off of you. But something that's a little bit cooler about it is you can direct that light to be one direction. So not like, bullseye lantern and then crazy, but you can have it so the light is kind of going, in front of you, behind you, to your left, or to your right, or all around. So it's like let's call it 6 options: off, on, front, back, left, right. You can't do like left and right, front and back, left and back. It's just those kind of 5 options, right? 6 if you include off.
Gotcha.
The other thing that it does, and this is a little weird, when you realize there's a kind of like a polarity to this. There's like almost like a strange aura that's coming off of it that seems like it's giving off a strange feel that takes you a little bit of time to fully understand. And you don't even necessarily know it right away. It's like when you circle back to your notes or whatever it was that you had seen, after you have like a couple minutes afterwards to kind of digest what it is that you might not know this, but Yun stones have a limit for how many you're allowed to have floating around your head. Ion stones or Yun stones.
Yeah.
Have a limit for how many you have floating around your head. This expands that limit by 2.
Wow. Two
Yeah,
more
wow.
Yun stones.
Yeah. Well, Yun stones can do things like increase your attributes by 2, absorb spells that are being cast at you, give you the ability to not breathe. Like all sorts of stuff like that.
Skill bonuses. They have like
Skill
a
bonuses.
crap load of uses. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard the phrase Yun stone till just now, so that meant absolutely nothing to me. But now,
If you
Yeah.
played
sounds
Baldur's
good.
Gate 3, you probably saw bad guys with things floating around their head. So,
I didn't play Baldur's.
but either way, so yeah, it increases
I'm a
the number of those by 2, and it has the light spell on it. Those are the ones that they said that you were told are commonly worn by the people that do crafting. And so this is not it's not common, but it's not rare. It's for like quality crafting people, because you can imagine they can do things late when it's dark.
Yeah.
And they have probably the Yun stones to increase their various skills, as you were just suggesting there, Keegan. All right, next item.
What was
New
the
ring.
caster level on that?
Technically, the caster level on that one is 1.
Just so I can put it in the note.
Yeah, you just rolled trash last time. So
Oh yeah. Yeah. Really bad.
okay, cool. So you have the next one is the new ring.
Yes.
First, you have to roll your Arcana check. This is the hard one. Well, they're both hard in their own way.
Yeah, this one's like 15. So let's see if I can get that.
Okay.
That die went everywhere.
Yeah. The new one is going to the new ring star that you're identifying is transmutation.
Just straight transmutation. Okay.
Technically, there's a hint of divination in there too. It's through transmutation.
Okay. And spellcraft.
Roll well. 2. Oh! Okay.
Dope.
This ring does several things. First and foremost, one of the coolest things that this ring does, let me just pull it up so I'm reading it correctly.
It convinces people from the Muharib family that it's their heirloom.
Right.
First thing it does is the wearer of this ring, it's like a passive thing. The wearer of this ring can make disabled device checks untrained. This applies to any traps, locks, etc., except for magical traps, because that's like there's extra rules when it comes to magical traps. So any like mundane, mechanical, so on and so forth, traps, locks, whatever it is, you can make that check untrained. You don't even have to have a skill point in it. You're allowed to make that check. Cool.
Damn.
Number two, specifically when you are dealing with mole traps, locks, constructions, so on and so forth, you get a +3 on disabled device checks. Specifically when you're making perception checks to see mole crafted locks, devices, constructions, secret doors, whatever it might be, you have a +3 on those perception checks. Those are also constant and always there. The other thing that this ring does is this ring, that's why there's a bit of like divination on this ring, if you will. This ring has the ability to detect the presence of other rings like it. Now, again, this ring is unique, but other rings from the Sov house, this ring can detect. It'll detect when they're nearby, and if they get very close to one another, they are very obvious. Technically speaking, it uses like an electric current to let you know. Fun little bit of lore. This factor with these rings is how shaking hands started. It's how you confirmed whether or not somebody was one of yours, because you could detect it.
Get the resonance thing. Okay.
Mhm.
It also did that Party City thing where people buy the buzzer rings. Where you shake their hand and it goes,
No. But it's Joker, and then they start like.
Messages. Okay. All right, got all that. That the whole is the whole thing.
So that ring particularly, I mean, so that's what you know that it does. It can detect the other ones. It has the disabled device for mole. It has the perception checks for mole, and you can make disabled device checks, whatever it is, even if you're untrained in the skill, you're able to do it. Yep. There's that is everything magical about the ring. Correct.
Okay. What was cash level on it?
That one is not particularly high. Cash level 5. Doesn't need to be
Okay.
Isn't cast level 5 high in Epic 6? Isn't that like higher than we'll ever be?
Not that you'll ever be, but it is high for an individual, not for crafting item, which can have multiple casters come together to craft something.
Yeah. I'll be cash level 5 when I get to 5th level, but it's different for items.
Yeah, because you can have
Gotcha.
like circle casting.
Maybe I'm thinking of spell level. The spell level,
Yeah,
like you have to be
spell
paid
level's
up.
Yes,
different.
then you're correct.
Yeah.
Because like level 5 spells would be like what level? Is there even a level? How high do you have to be able to cast level 5 spells?
If you're a wizard, 9th.
Mhm.
Like wizard or
But
Yeah.
as opposed to a sorcerer, which is 10th, as opposed to a bard, which is like 13th.
yeah, it's like the last level of spell you get his bard. I think you actually get up to 6th. I will never get there. I'll only get up to 2nd.
Yeah. I think that's what I was thinking of. Not
Yeah.
caster
Yeah,
level.
I will just touch 2nd level spells.
So the other ring, I
at
assume?
the end. Yeah, if that one's
You know it's
done.
abjuration. All you have to do is spellcraft.
Here and spellcraft.
I'm guessing those two rings don't react to each other.
You haven't tested.
I didn't put it on, so
Oh, you have to be wearing. it.
Oh, actually, no, that's a good point. So let's say, for instance, you're getting them together, so on and so forth. You get everything together because the other one before, when you were holding the ring and talking about it, it was in Aldo's room. So you get the items together, and as you pick up that ring, and you're like holding it, and you're getting ready to cast near the table, you can actually feel it vibrating, and like a small, shut up, And it is a small amount of like and when you put it closer after you like realize this, you put it close to the other ring, you actually feel like small like bits of energy coming through it. And if you touch the two rings together, you actually get a small jolt, but not so sharp as like I touched a doorknob after walking on a carpet. Nothing as intense as that, because it'd be really difficult to, you know, be discreet about. But you can feel like a small enough jolt that it's very obvious to you.
We get one more of these rings, we can have one of the best sword fights of all time.
Oh Jesus. So your 19 spellcraft, are you happy with the 19 spellcraft? That's not particularly high.
That's all. That'd be. If it was casual 4, I would get it. Normally.
Do we have any +3s left? Have we used them?
Nah, those got used. I think I
Are
used
both
both.
+3s used?
I thought we
I think
still
only
had
one of them was used.
I know I used
I know
at
you
least
used
one.
I don't think anyone else used one, did they? Chat, do you remember?
Both
What was the other one used on?
I know for a
used
fact
one?
he can use at least one on his books. He probably used both on the books.
Yeah.
Okay.
One on lore, one on book, one on lore. One on book, one on
Oh,
lore.
that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
on the lore.
Mm.
Because we were trying to get as much as we could out of that. Would have been nice to get a book out of it.
You did.
I don't know. I think a 19's probably okay. What do you guys think?
If you fail, you have to wait until you level to try again for the ring you've had for a while.
No idea.
So like this, this would have failed on the ring we just identified.
And if this one's glowing, it might be the same level, so it might be a 5.
It might be, yeah.
It is at moderate aura.
Okay.
Probably gonna have
That's
to
the same.
look at.
I think so. If we have
Yeah.
any, we have none.
Oh, is there no luck?
It says 0.
Hold on, I haven't looked to see if anybody gave any in a while, because I was doing other stuff. Actually, you do have one in there.
Oh.
There you go.
Okay.
All right.
22.
So, 22, you pass. Just another cash level is 6 on it, so it's a good thing you have.
Shit.
You roll the 2 or higher, and it
Okay.
gives you what is it? It gives you the energy resistance. What is it? Electric resistance 10,
Oh, that makes sense.
because Aldo with the locks.
Yeah. Holy shit, that was doing what, 2d6?
Mhm.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, he could have
Okay.
he could have died when he was picking those locks and he was taking small jolts of damage. Yeah.
Well,
The more you know.
But energy resistance 10 is huge. It's against
massive,
electricity
yeah.
of DR 10. That's huge. That's an insanely powerful item when you're dealing with electricity.
Yeah, dealing with electricity for sure.
If we find rings for all the different elements, Koa can just like bling out, have DR energy, DR like
You cap out at 2 rings unless you take like a feat or whatever to expand it.
I got toes.
It's not how many digits you have, it's how much power you can activate through your body at once.
Well, chosen one, probably a lot.
All right, cash level 6. Electricity resist 10. Okay. I spelled electricity wrong. All right, cool.
There's a K in it.
No, there's not.
Like,
Electricity.
Okay, so that's those.
It's electricity.
I have what?
Electricity.
How many rounds
Wake
do I have left?
up.
How many do you have left? Oh, so that was 1, 2, 3. So that means you've done 3 rounds to get
6
started.
rounds?
Plus 9 is 12 rounds. You have 8 left.
Holy shit. Okay. We're going to start trying to identify some other shit. We
Just-
might-
Just 2 potions. 8 rounds means you can do 2 more identifies.
You got 3
Mhm.
potions to choose from, though.
Yeah, I mean, they're just unknown potions.
Mhm.
I probably should have sorted them somehow. I didn't really sort them, so they're just potions. I don't know what they do.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
I mean,
That's why you're going
I'll
to
try.
identify them.
Yeah, I'll try one of the potions.
Okay.
Ooh, do that one.
Yeah. First potion.
Ew, this one's murky. Do this one.
Pick the one that helps us.
Are you happy with your 18 on the potion?
That's just for the aura, so yeah.
Oh, okay. Transmutation.
Yeah. So I have to do that one first. Oh. Ew. Ew, dude.
It's cash level
That's-
0.
That's fail unless it's cash level 0.
That means I see a potion that's like, I don't know, resist.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, you
Yeah,
fail.
I think that's just a fail. So next.
Do you have the aura on it though, so that way you don't have to do that part again?
Yeah, he said it
Transmutation.
was transmutation.
Just make sure you
Cool.
note it.
Like the
Oh
most
yeah,
common one.
yeah, you're right. Let me mark that. So transmutation. Okay, marked. And next potion, Arcana.
Okay.
Let's do.
Also,
on that one.
transmutation.
Okay. And I'll mark that later if I need to. Spellcraft. Okay, I think that probably does it.
Ooh. Okay. This is an interesting one. Because it's good that you rolled that high, too. It's a mutagen.
Oh,
Like,
We
think,
can make
Okay.
a Wolverine.
think Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. It's a mutagen.
We can make Birdman.
But the thing to note about the mutagen is that this isn't just any mutagen. It's one of the mutagens that are mixed in a way that a non-alchemist can drink it. So that's a big fucking W. Specifically for this mutagen, what attribute it affects, you can let somebody in chat roll for it. It's a 1d3.
What are the options?
Lance has been yapping.
Lance, 1d3. If it doesn't work, then do 1d6.
So it could be strength, dex, or con, what
Mhm.
it buffs, and then it'll lower the corresponding mental stat.
That's a 2. So it's
It's
a
gonna be
+2 dex. Sorry, so if you drink this, it gives you a +2 bonus to your AC. It's a natural armor bonus to your AC. And it gives you a +4 alchemical bonus to your dexterity, but a -2 penalty, not alchemical, just a -2 penalty to your wisdom.
Yeah, so that'd be wisdom.
This lasts for half an hour.
Okay.
30 minutes +4 dex -2 wisdom. And +2 natural armor.
So that'd be a total of +4 AC
Mm-hmm.
from the dex and the natural. That's dope.
Mm-hmm. Unless you're limited in some way, but yes.
All
Yeah.
just to be a little less wise.
Just a little bit for 30 minutes.
A +4 to your AC is huge. Like
yeah, it's
that,
enormous.
that would be good on everybody.
Yeah, for Aldo, that's more damage too, and chance to hit.
Yep.
Sweet. Okay, that's mutagen, and then there's one more.
Unfortunately, you only have
Potion.
2 rounds left, and it takes 3 to identify a potion.
Yeah, I have to use the second one, right?
You
The
did use the second one.
detect magic.
That's how you had 20 rounds to work with.
Oh, that was both. Okay.
Yeah. You're shy 1 round of being able to do another one.
Yeah, I could at least get the aura though.
You can do that, in which case I have to look that spell back up again. Because it's been a hot minute. And I think
Well-
I remember what it's called, but I have to look it up.
See what I roll first. Okay, you do need to look.
Yep. I'm just trying to find where the spells are written here.
What spell? I'll help you look.
Yeah, it's an alchemist spell. I'm just trying to fucking find it.
Cure daddy diseases.
No?
Looking like adhesive spittle. It's actually a really good spell.
It's the one I mentioned to you guys before.
Oh. We've only got 300 hours here. It could, you remember that one time you mentioned a spell to me?
I explicitly mentioned it when talking about this right here. Alchemist Formulae. It is not adhesive spittle. It's like Fire Belly or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Fire Belly. That's what I
Do we
told you
know
guys
that, or
about
we just
before,
know
right?
the aura?
Yeah, I only know the aura, but yeah, there is a fire belly is one of them.
Yep. It's
One that gives you
Fire Belly
fire resist.
is that, but you guys don't know this in game, but out of game it was Fire Belly, which is Abjuration. It gives you fire resistance 5, but as a standard action you can breathe a 15-foot cone of fire. Each time you breathe,
All we know
the
is
spell-
abjuration at the moment. Then
Yeah.
yeah. But the cool thing is it's actually crafted as caster level 3. So
Oh, nice.
that means you get to breathe. You get to have the fire resistance for 3 minutes, or every time you breathe fire, it reduces that by a minute.
can't wait to identify that.
Yeah.
There's 2 we don't know. One we fully don't, but one we
What-
don't know in game.
It's just it would have been
Yeah.
helpful while you were fighting those creatures. Like
Yeah.
you found it outside, and then you kept. This is twice now you failed to identify. Well, you didn't fail this time; you just ran out of. But last time you failed to identify, so if you identified it, it would have been great for fighting those little fuckers because you could have breathed on 3 of the. But anyways,
Yeah. Oh well.
in game you don't know that yet.
Well, next time we're just gonna get a stick, light it on fire, and a bunch of gasoline. We'll douse the gas, then spit it, and we'll spit fire ourselves. We don't
Sure,
need to
yeah.
smell.
Okay.
Like the circus people.
All right, well, gentlemen, you did successfully identify a lot there, which is pretty awesome. Including the fact that the rings, when they're close to one another, you can feel the energy pulsing between them. They both feel each other. You know what I mean? So you notice that.
How close do they have to be before they?
So we'll call it Master Ring, the one that was given to Mikhail by Curve Rock. That one can detect the other one, even when it's like if you're super perceptive, you might notice it inside the same room, being like a small room, like in a kitchen together. Certainly, if you're standing next to each other, you can definitely feel it. But you can still imagine if you were in like a ballroom, you could be standing next to 40 people at the same time, right? But if you were to reach out and touch somebody's hand, get it that close, yeah, for a fact get the small.
I'm more so
little
wondering if like wearing it in the keep could help us find like if there's one hidden somewhere.
But potentially, it also gives you the +3 to perception checks for noticing things and whatnot.
Yeah.
Its power is less in what it grants you and more in its ability to identify those other rings.
Yeah, it's pretty good shit.
Can't wait for you two to argue over who gets to wear it. By you two, I mean Mikhail and Aldo.
Aren't you each your interview just going to try it on?
Dude, I can't go through that again. I had to slay 500 fucking trees with a migraine.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what the hell the drawback to that one would be. It is, if there is none though, it's not quite the same as the crown, where like you don't have to like wear it for 24 hours first to get all the benefits. So
I mean,
it's nice.
The way the rules actually work is a temporary bonus versus a permanent bonus. The difference is a permanent bonus affects things like your spells, your spell slots. It affects things like whether or not you qualify to gain a new feat or a class feature or so on and so forth. It doesn't mean you can remove the crown and do whatever you want with it, right? It's just whether or not you qualify for those things. In theory, still technically, if you take off the crown, you lose the bonus temporarily, but you don't lose the feat or spell slots at the moment, right? That's technically how it's supposed to work. But I think flavor-wise, it makes more sense. You can take it off for a short periods of time, So, but
I mean, yeah, obviously I tell you guys what the stuff does. Then we like figure out who's gonna carry what whenever we do that. What else were we? Oh yeah, we're supposed to talk to Leon.
Yeah, but it's pretty late, so we have to do that next session.
Yeah.
One more hour.
No. It's pretty late. We have to that next session.
Meet in the middle. 3.
3 more hours.
I will do one more thing if you do want one more thing. Leon didn't come back by himself. Remember, he went there with what's his name?
Arthur?
Arthur, yeah, with Arthur.
Okay.
And when they came back, they didn't just come back with the deals or whatever it is that they negotiate, whatever figured out. They actually also came back not empty-handed. For instance, at one point in time on their travels, they bumped into a traveling group of nature people. They made some trade with them along the way, because more or less making friends with individuals along the way, just trying to make acquaintances or get knowledge, end up camping alongside one another for safety reasons, and did a little bit of trade with them. And one of the things that they were able to acquire that from them was supposed to be something of importance. It's supposed to be what is it? The mantle of buffeting, like buffeting referring to like air, is what it refers to. And when you cast, because again you cast spell that identify after you would have spoken to them, because you were spoken to them in the past. Technically speaking, the cloak, the mantle, which is like a cloak, and it's like furred, feathered. That's like a furred cloak. It actually has magic on it, so you can go ahead and roll me a spellcraft. Nope, a knowledge arcana to see what the school was. Okay, yeah, you easily identify it. So the school of magic for you for this one is once again going to it's actually going to be a combination of evocation and I think transmutation. Give me 1 second. It's evocation and transmutation, yes.
Okay.
Another thing you're going to get from them is there's this like really, really nice pair of boots that they have. They look like really comfortable. They came from like the mole, like which are always marching through like the mountains or whatever. It's a really comfortable looking pair of boots that's there. It's one of those things where it's like, I don't know if these are going to fit you, Mikhail. You got little feet. But, Aldo or Koa might be better for it. They do not glow with magic. So, there's no magic to identify there. But what I can tell you is that the boots are so comfortable. They give you +1 on saves, like con or fortitude as appropriate, saves against exhaustion and forced marching. And they give you a +2 against environmental conditions, like whether it be slipping or cold or whatever it is in mountainous regions.
Nice. Yeah, so I think that goes to either Koa or Aldo.
Technically speaking, it can go for you as well. It's just joking about the fact that you're smaller. And then the last thing you're able to get was this actually came from, again, the mole as well. It's just something that was seen as useful over there. It's there's a bunch of like straps, like imagine like a personal harness with like straps and a whole bunch of spots on there where you can maybe like hang a weapon from, or hang like a purse or like a baggie from, or maybe put little pockets in, or all these different places where you can like loop in or hang on a whole bunch of different items, right? Cool. What does that do? It does two things. One, it increases your effective strength score by 1 for carrying capacity. So there's a way to put that on your character sheet. But if it increases your effective... Oh, it's not magical. If it increases your effective strength score by 1 on your character sheet. And 2, it has 2 air quotes slots on it, so spots on it, that allow you to store an item there as a 1-round action. So not a full round, but a 1-round action. You can store it on there, so it's not something quickly put away. But when it's correctly put on there, usually outside of combat, you can actually draw that item as a free action on your turn. So you can have like a weapon on there that you can draw as a free action, or maybe it's a potion or something. It has to be a single item. Now, this is an item within reason, of course. You're not like, and I have a chest, like it's an item within reason that you can put onto this like harness. The harness is designed in such a way that it's worn like over like leather armors underneath your cloak, or like bare chest, or just on like simple clothes, whatever it is. It is not really meant to be worn over like heavy armors. You can wear it over medium armor if you want to, but
+1 strength and allows you to switch weapons.
Allows you to pull
Restore.
2 different objects of your choice that you've set onto it correctly as a free action. And +1 to your strength score for the sake of carrying capacity.
Oh.
Yeah, not for like attack rolls, climb checks, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
That's still good. Just slightly sadder.
It takes up the torso slot. Same as the boots take up the foot slot. There's slots on your character sheet. I don't know if you know this.
Alright, we don't know what the cloak does. We know what the boots do, we know what the harness does.
Correct.
Yeah. Correct.
2 are mundane, 1's magical.
Alright, well, we can talk about that stuff, I guess, next time, so we can wrap up.
Yeah.
And I will
Cloak
say
is next
that,
up, next slot. Cloak or is shoulder slot?
the mantle's always shoulders.
Oh, you said mantle.
Shoulders.
Where do you see these slots at on our sheets?
I'll show you. The image is right here. I'm gonna post this inside of chat. Sorry, Zoom, Twitch chat. That's how many slots you have in your body.
Oh,
Alright.
Head,
you said on the
headband.
sheet. I was like, where is that on the sheet? I
Well,
didn't see
it's
the
on a
sheet.
physical sheet if you had one. Head,
Yeah.
headband, eyes, shoulders, neck, chest, body, armor, belt, wrists, hands, ring 1, ring 2, feet.
Right now, we at least have armor.
I like that in this version, they separated armor, body, and chest are 3
Yeah.
separate slots. That didn't used to be the case. That used to be 1 or 2 slots. And then they separated out eyes, head, and headband. That used to also be only 2 slots. It was like eyes and head. You know? But
I take off my goggles and my skull cap, revealing the crown I'm wearing underneath.
I mean, yeah.
Pretty much.
You nailed it. So,
Yeah, you can be pretty loaded down with magic items.
Yeah.
If you can afford them.
yep. And they can all be like ongoing effects and whatnot. But anyways, cool. All right, that's that for the session. I just wanted to get those out of there because technically speaking, my brother William came by and dropped a thing forever ago to have like kind of stuff go your way. And that was IRL like a month ago. It was whenever you
That's
guys
why
were...
you burned the books, because you were being kind.
Oh,
I just didn't have an
that's very
opportunity
nice.
to have it come from the place that made sense because when he did it, it was after he had already left some very drinking person. So I was like, well, I got to get it in there somewhere.
Thank you.
You won't.
Appreciate
If
it
you're
for
still
sure.
watching after all these years,
William, yeah, no.
after Scott's let you down.
All right, cool. Next week, I have some stuff to talk about. Perfect.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm tired.
Yep.
why Birdman led to us losing a book.
All right, Jake. Want to tell the people anything?
Mm-hmm.
You want to tell the people anything?
No.
Okay, I'll do it for you then. Thank you, Joey. Say thank you, Joey.
Thank you, Joey.
Okay, cool.
Now, Joey, you say thank you, Aldo. Or Jake.
Keegan, is there anything you want to talk about? Maybe you want to promote your show. It's twitch.tv/unnatural_twos. Where you guys have a lot of fun.
It's _1s, but yeah, thanks. Appreciate that.
You're welcome. I got you.
I don't know, man. my players hurt me. They just do. But they're good people. One of them jumped out of a window to chase a woman, an invisible woman in the rain, and tackle her so that the guards would catch up to her.
Turned out it was his
That worked.
mom.
Is that good or bad?
I guess it was good for them.
To be
But they
fair,
bur-
it's in the rain.
It's always raining in Setsegia. That's kind of its shtick.
I mean, you got mud splashing, you got footprints, you got rain. Just
Really dumb place to be invisible. Why go to a place
Yeah.
where you can see water splashing off of you?
Well, to be fair, she was invisible in
Inside.
her room.
Oh.
And they broke into the room to try to steal an item. but they weren't very quiet.
Talk about
and she
wanting to like
heard them.
masturbate with privacy.
You
You
know.
go alone in your own room and turn invisible just to make sure. Well,
Mhm.
actually, if you're beating your meat, is that considered an attack action to break the invisibility spell?
All right.
You know what? I think I'm done. That's. I'm good now. Yep. I have no ruling because I don't run this game.
You don't want to say anything else? No? Okay. Wade?
Normally, I'd advertise a podcast here, but it's much more important for you to watch out and protect yourselves. We live in dangerous times. There have been multiple Birdman sightings throughout the U.S., and it could be spreading further. Just keep your eyes peeled, and if you see something, say something. Do not caw. Do not try to grab the bird. Call for help. There are experts. We have a hotline. 1-800-BIRDMAN-HELP.
Why? Wade?
Yeah. Go on.
Did you say don't caca?
It's very important, yeah.
Okay.
You do not want to agitate the Birdman.
Yeah.
Find somebody to raid.
Stay your ass inside.
Or raid Patrick Static.
Oh, he's going late tonight.
Yeah. He is.
Yeah.
So did we.
Yeah.
Don't burn books, burn guns. Guns kill birds. Books don't. Unless you hit them really hard with it. Buy soft cover.
And with that, we are leaving. Bye, everyone.
Guns don't kill people. Birds kill guns. Wait.